Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Mr. Marty.
Thank you. You're far too kind. Thank you very much.
Representing the business of boxing, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Mr. Marty.
Thank you. You're far too kind. Thank you very much.
Representing the business of boxing, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Mr. Marty.
Thank you. You're far too kind. Thank you very much.
Representing the business of boxing, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Mr. Marty.
Thank you. You're far too kind. Thank you very much.
Representing the business of boxing, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Mr. Marty.
Thank you. You're far too kind. Thank you very much.
Representing the business of boxing, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Mr. Marty.
Thank you. You're far too kind. Thank you very much.
Representing the business of boxing, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Mr. Marty.
Thank you. You're far too kind. Thank you very much.
Representing the business of boxing, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Mr. Marty.
Thank you. You're far too kind. Thank you very much.
Computer savvy, and she kind of walked me through the steps so that I could come live to talk to you. And let me also take this opportunity to clearly tell you and all of your viewers there that the reason I'm here is because of Rachel Dunner. And that's how I learned about your site. And apparently you posted a couple things about me, and she text messaged me these. And she said that she knows you, and that she suggested that I chat with you. And so it had nothing to do with, I read all these fan messages like, you got him, Marty, put your foot on his throat, you're going to force him to come in, blah, 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 blah. We're going to shout so loud that he's going to have no choice. This is all nonsense, okay? All of it. I'm here because Rachel Donaire asked me to come on and chat with you. She said you were a good guy, and she thought it would be good for me to do that.
Ladies and gentlemen, members of the jury, members of the Roll the Tape film crew, welcome to another episode of Roll the Tape podcast with Manager Marty. Come on in, grab a plate. I have some food that I want to serve you, some food for thought. The lie detector determined they all lied. The lie detector determined they all lied. I'm talking about the lie detector test. I just couldn't fit it all in the thumbnail, but you understand what I'm saying, don't you? I promise you I won't keep you all long today. I wanted to do a piggyback off of something that was published last night in the live. Double salute to everybody that's here live and live in color. We got a small crowd, but it's going to get larger in the replay. Double salute to those that are watching the replay of this live. You could have been anywhere else in the world, but you chose to be here with me today. Appreciate you. I wanted to play that last piece again. We're going to get to Devin Haney's purse bid results in just 1 second. I wanted to play that last piece again because there's a couple of things that I did not address last night in the live. It's okay if you missed it. I'm going to do a small little recap. But there's a couple of pieces I wanted to address, and I kind of left it out. I actually forgot all about it. Shout out to the guys, man. Shout out to the girls, man. The guys and girls that support this channel. Appreciate y'all. From day one, appreciate the members of the Road to Tape family. Even if you just subscribed yesterday, I appreciate you. All of my haters, detractors, thieves, I appreciate you all too. I take the good with the good and the bad with the bad. But come on in. Grab a plate. I have some food that I want to serve you. Some food for thought.
Computer savvy, and she kind of walked me through the steps so that I could come live to talk to you. And let me also take this opportunity to clearly tell you and all of your viewers there that the reason I'm here is because of Rachel Donaire. And that's how I learned about your site. And apparently you posted a couple things about me, and she text messaged me these. And she said that she knows you, and that she suggested that I chat with you. And so it had nothing to do with, I read all these fan messages like, you got him, Marty, put your foot on his throat, you're going to force him to come in, you know, blah, 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 blah. We're going to shout so loud that he's going to have no choice. This is all nonsense, okay? All of it. I'm here because Rachel Donaire asked me to come on and chat with you. She said you were a good guy, and she thought it would be good for me to do that.
Did y'all hear that? The last thing that he said was that Rachel Donaire told him that I was a good guy. My. Y'all heard that part, right? Somebody probably sitting in the back of the classroom with their head down. And they might have missed that. I'm going to play that last piece one more time.
You're going to force him to come in, you know, blah, 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 blah. We're going to shout so loud that he's going to have no choice. This is all nonsense, okay? All of it. I'm here because Rachel Donaire asked me to come on and chat with you. She said you were a good guy, and she thought it would be good for me to do that.
Rachel Donaire told me to come here and chat with you. She told me that you are a good guy. Those were the words of Victor Conti. Y'all remember that? So how did we get here on May the 8th, 2024 on Knockout Boxing 86 TV channel? When I was on the panel of Knockout Boxing channel on May the 8th, 2024, I circled the date so you can see it on your screen. Victor Conti said on December the 27th, 2023, the audio that you just heard was when he came here live in living color for the first time. And yes, I was ambushed, had no knowledge that he was coming here, didn't get a heads up, didn't realize that I was prepared either way, and made it happen. But how did we get from Marty being a good guy, based on what was told to Victor Conti, to May the 8th, 2024, when I was on the panel of Knockout Boxing's channel? And then Rachel Donaire jumped on the panel. I'm going somewhere with this, y'all. If you were here last night, it's okay. There's some pieces I left out, and we're here now. May 8th, 2024. Don't take my word for it. Roll the tape.
See, you're saying that like we don't know, like, and Knockout said it earlier. Like at the end of the day, it's going to come down to the commissions and the sanctioning bodies. Y'all are playing here like you guys don't know. You guys want to throw shade, have Vada, USADA, whoever the fuck you guys want to do, and yet, you know, there's nothing. You guys have no way to stand on. And anyone that's actually reported this, actually, Marty, you reported it. You did everything that, you know, that you went down, and yet you can't actually establish a connection. So it doesn't make any fucking sense.
I reported what, Rachel? What are you talking about? I reported what part?
Vada, Snap, Margaret, Victor, all the stuff that you were saying.
Well, all of them came on the channel and I interviewed them. What do you mean?
Yeah, I know. The reason I don't go on your channel is because once I put you in contact with Victor, all of a sudden you're too Hollywood to answer the phone call. So let's talk about that.
You know, I never been Hollywood to nobody, Ray. But here's the thing: I won't have this conversation on Knockout channel. You can call me anytime. We can always have a conversation.
Yeah, last time I called you was January 5th, and then you never returned my phone call. When the only reason you got Victor was because I told him about you, and you pretending like I didn't.
No.
And then you cut up the video, and then you cut up all the videos, and none of the live actually. So we can't see the entire video. I asked you for the videos because I never saw that.
Did y'all hear that? Y'all heard that? I did. My. What a difference 5 months make. What a difference 6 months make. What a difference a year make. How about a difference that 2 years would make? Because this audio that I just played from May the 8th, 2024 was 2 years ago on Knockout Boxing's channel. Stay right there and don't move. I got something for you. I'm going somewhere with this. What a difference that it makes. You see, somebody might ask the question to themselves, watching the replay of this live, or you, my live audience, might say, well, Manager Marty, this was 2 years ago. Why are you still talking about it now? Because you know what's crazy? I received an epiphany this morning. Here we go. Truth has no expiration date. I'm going to say that last part again. Truth has no expiration date. It doesn't matter if the truth is revealed and then a day goes by, a week goes by, a month goes by, or a year goes by. Truth has no expiration date. How do we get from Victor Conti telling me to my face on December the 27th, 2023, that Rachel Donaire encouraged him to come right here on this platform to talk directly to me? And he said that she told him that Marty is a good guy. How we get from that to May the 8th, 2024, the first time I ever actually talked to Rachel since January the 3rd of 2024 was on Knockout Boxing's channel. Go and look at your screen. I screenshotted it. How did we get from all of what Victor said about Rachel praising me to now this? My. I want to go back to something, matter of fact, 2 things that Rachel Donaire said on that fateful day. And by the way, don't let me leave this part out. She had all opportunity to say everything that she wanted to say to me. No interruption, no distraction, no interjection. Just wanted to put that out there for 1 second. Play that last piece again, shall we?
You're saying that like we don't know, like, and Knockout said it earlier. Like at the end of the day, it's going to come down to the commissions and the sanctioning bodies. Y'all are playing here like you guys don't know. You guys want to throw shade at Vada, USADA, whoever the fuck you guys want to do, and yet, you know, there's nothing. You guys have nowhere to stand on. And anyone that's actually reported this, actually, Marty, you reported it. You did everything that, you know, that you went down, and yet you can't actually establish a connection.
She said, Marty, you reported this, and you can't establish a connection. Y'all heard that, right?
So it doesn't make any fucking sense. At the end of the day.
I reported what, Rachel? What are you talking about? I reported what part?
Vada, Snack, Margaret, Victor, all the stuff that you were saying.
Well, all of them came on the channel and I interviewed them. What do you mean?
Yeah, I know.
Stop. Okay. She said, I've been reporting this, making the connection between Vada, Victor Conti, Snack, and Dr. Margaret Goodman. Y'all heard that, right? I'm going somewhere with this, y'all. Stay with me. You ain't going to find this nowhere else. That's why I'm glad you're here. Now, she said that I'm reporting that there is a connection between Victor Conti, Vada, Snack, and Dr. Margaret Goodman. But here's the part that Rachel didn't say, and I'm going to repeat this. Rachel Donaire been hearing me talk about the connection between Victor Conti, Vada, Snack, and Dr. Margaret Goodman. I'm talking about in previous shows before Victor Conti even came on my platform to get interviewed. You said evidence? You said proof? You know I got the proof. You want to know why? Because she has been on my panel, in my live chat, and even in private conversations with me. Go ask anybody that's a part of the membership of the Roll to Tape family, and they will tell you. Don't let me name drop. She was on my panel. Every time I mentioned anything about Vada, she was here. Victor Conti, she was here. Snack, she was here. Snack fighters, she was here. Performance enhancing drugs, she was here. Performance enhancements in general, she was here. And never once did any of you hear her detract. Never once did you hear her correct anything that I said that was wrong. Never once did you hear her interject and say, what you're saying, Marty, is false. Never once. She never, ever disapproved of anything that I was saying, publicly or privately. So what happened? What turned things in a direction where there was no more communication between myself and Rachel Donaire? Interesting. We're going to get to that. And we're also going to get to how people lie so much when it comes to the topic of Vada, Victor Conti, Snack, etc. We're going to get to Devin Haney's purse bid situation that's going to be going down in about an hour and 20 minutes. We're going to get to that in 1 second, but I want to lay the foundation. So stay with me. Now, before I move forward, let me direct your attention to an email. It's on your screen. Don't worry. I'm going to read it. Come on in. Come on in, y'all. Grab a plate. I have some food that I want to serve you, some food for thought. I'm going to read it. I know the words look small. You might have to zoom in on your screen. Don't worry about it. I'm going to read it. This email was sent directly to me by Victor Conti himself. R.I.P. Victor Conti. I redacted his email address like I always do. This was sent on December the 15th, 2020. 2023. Quote, Mr. Marty, first, let me thank you for all the snack promotion that you do on YouTube. We appreciate the product sales that you have helped to generate. You also look good in snack gear. Please check the comments I have made on your recent YouTube post below. I have attempted to answer some of your questions about the VADA program in response to the not so subtle allegations that you continue to make about the snack boxers. Simply be prepared to learn that there is no, quote, there, end quote, that you seem to think exists. I truly believe that snack boxers are the cleanest fighters in the sport. In some instances, you seem to be making assumptions that are simply not correct. Please respond to my comments below your recent post so I know that you are receiving some of the further clarification about snack boxers and the VADA testing program that you seem to desire. Hopefully, you are ready to learn some things about how drug testing in boxing really works, because I have many years of experience that may help me to further educate you. Best wishes, V. End quote. That was on December the 13th, 2023. And of course, he was in my comments section before that, and I really did not believe that it was him, so I never responded. Because I'm like, somebody's just basically using Victor Conti's name as a fake YouTube channel just to come on my platform and troll me. But after reading this interview, and I didn't read this interview on December the 13th. That was crazy. I mean, this email. I didn't read this email on December the 13th. It was a week later that I even found out that he actually sent me an email. I didn't even know he emailed me. And that's when I started to read the comments from Victor Conti's YouTube channel that he was posting. And then I really believe that it was him. Now, with that being said, how did we get from Rachel Donier telling Victor Conti that I was a good man to 5 months later, Rachel Donier going on Knockout Boxing's channel to say the things that you heard me play the audio on? How? What happened? Something had to happen. Because in December of 2023, December 27th to be exact, 2 days after Christmas, Victor Conti came here. For all of my new viewers and new members of the Roller Tape family, new subscribers, he came here on December 27th. I interviewed the guy. We had a really good discussion. In fact, we had literally a 3-hour discussion the first time that he was here. So what happened after Victor Conti left my presence? What happened? Let's see. Go and look at your screen. This is important, y'all. I'm going somewhere with this. I'm going to add some things that I did not mention last night when we talked about this briefly. Rachel Donier texted my phone 2 days after Victor Conti left here on December the 29th, 2023. Go and look at your screen. Quote, please ask Marty to give you his plan for posting the lion's share of the interview. As you might imagine, I'm getting requests to do interviews. It will be good for Marty to post so others do not possibly dilute his thunder. My original thinking was that I would do the interview live and then it would be posted. Because something happened on Marty's end, I'm not sure what his plans are. In short, I am thinking about what may be in his best interest. Followed by a text. Hold on. We're going to get it. There it is. Boom. Followed by this text. The last thing was, remember, I am thinking about what may be in his best interest. Followed by the text that says, from Victor, let's talk. So apparently, Rachel Dominier forwarded me a text that was sent to her by Victor Conti in a private conversation between her and Victor. Now, this was not a screenshot, ladies and gentlemen, members of the jury, members of the Roll the Tape film crew. This wasn't a screenshot of a dialogue that she was having with Victor Conti. No. This appeared in my phone as an actual text message. And hindsight being 2020, I don't know if he really said all that to her or not. She could have just texted that and made me think that it was from Victor. I mean, that's the natural assumption, right? But I didn't make that assumption, did I? No. Not only that, but on December the 30th, other text messages have come out. Other text messages were sent to me on December the 30th. Go and look at your screen. Shall you? Shall you look at your screen? Go on and look at it now. You can follow the thread. If you look up above, you'll see where it says the text, you awake. Y'all see that? Let me show you the previous one. Look, I'm going to show you listen, everything is in order. Bam, you see it. From Victor, let's talk. You awake? Bottom of your screen, it says you awake. You see that? This is a text from Rachel Dominier to me. You awake. December 30th, 2023 at 7 o'clock a.m. That's Eastern Standard Time. But we know that Rachel Dominier lived on the West Coast. So technically it was 4 o'clock in the morning, her time, 7 o'clock in the morning, my time. You see that? Okay, the point that I'm bringing that up is to show you that this is a continuation, bam, of this text that you see on your screen now. You see left-hand corner says you awake? Okay, y'all get the point. Followed by the text that says these words. Please text Victor. It's putting me in a weird spot right now. Marty, Victor is asking for the ability to watch the interview. Please send him the link to view. Y'all see that? Y'all see that, right? Okay, great. Now, she said, please 4 times in this whole thread. Please text Victor and please send him the link to view. That's 3 times she said, please. Please. Go and look at your screen. 4th time she said, please. Please. He's down my throat. He's feeling disrespected for not being able to see it. Everything that you just saw on your screen was December the 30th, 2023. Started with the December 29th text. Y'all see that, right? Okay, good. Now, seemed like everything was cool, right? Mm-hmm. You see, here's the thing. If a man's feeling disrespected about something I did or didn't do, I'd rather hear it from him and not a woman. If a man want to view content through an interview that we've conducted together, I'd rather hear it from him and not through a woman. Since when do men, real men, allow a woman to be in the middle of communication? Since when do men, real men, allow a woman to socially engineer the entire atmosphere for 2 men to communicate? When? Where do they do this at? I don't know, but I know in my life, I don't roll like that. When I conduct business with a man, it's between me and that man directly. Especially if that man has my email address and my phone number. I'd rather hear whatever I need to hear from that man. But instead, I'm hearing a woman tell me that Victor Conti is applying all of this pressure on her, making her feel like she's in the middle, being down her throat, putting a lot of pressure on her. He's feeling disrespected for not being able to see the live video that we did together in an interview, which technically speaking wasn't really advertised as an interview because I didn't get an opportunity to even advertise it. I was actually in the middle of conducting a live, like I'm live now, and then somebody just jumped in the background to come on the show. That's how it was with Victor. I didn't know he was coming. Rachel Donier didn't give me the heads up that he was coming. Victor Conti didn't email me and tell me that he was coming. I was ambushed. I'm not mad about it. I thank God that I was prepared with all the research that I've conducted. And then when he was here, as soon as he jumped up here, that's what he said.
Computer savvy, and she kind of walked me through the steps so that I could come live to talk to you. And let me also take this opportunity to clearly tell you and all of your viewers there that the reason I'm here is because of Rachel Donier. And that's how I learned about your site. And apparently you posted a couple things about me, and she text messaged me these, and she said that she knows you, and that she suggested that I chat with you. And so it had nothing to do with, I read all these fan messages like, you got him, Marty, put your foot on his throat, you're going to force him to come in, you know, blah, 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 blah. We're going to shout so loud that he's going to have no choice. This is all nonsense, okay? All of it. I'm here because Rachel Donier asked me to come on and chat with you. She said you were a good guy, and she thought it would be good for me to do that.
She said I was a good guy. That's what she told Victor. She said I was a good guy. But on May the 8th, in front of Knockout, and a couple of those guys that you see on his panel on the screen, it's not what she said 5 months ago.
Steve, you're saying that like we don't know, like, and Knockout said it earlier. Like at the end of the day, it's going to come down to the commissions and the sanctioning bodies. Y'all are playing here like you guys don't know. You guys want to throw shade at Vada, USADA, whoever the fuck you guys want to do, and yet, you know, there's nothing. You guys have no way to stand on. And anyone that's actually reported this, actually, Marty, you reported it. You did everything that, you know, that you went down, and yet you can't actually establish a connection. So it doesn't make any fucking sense. At the
I reported what, Rachel? What are you talking about? I reported what part?
Vada, Snap, Margaret, Victor, all the stuff that you were saying.
Well, all of them came on the channel and I interviewed them.
Y'all see that? Don't make no effing sense. I made a connection. So basically, she was basically saying that, hey, I'm putting out a false narrative in my reporting. No one has a leg to stand on. It makes no effing sense because there is no such thing as a connection. There's no way that Manager Marty can establish a connection. Well, I established a connection based on a 2011 interview that Victor Conti conducted, where he himself made the connection between himself, Dr. Margaret Goodman, Dr. Flip Hamansky, and an anti-doping world-renowned expert, where all four of them got together and founded and started VADA, Voluntary Anti-Doping Association. Y'all remember that? He made the connection himself. And then he went on to say, I talked to Zab Judah about this. I talked to Nonito Donier about this. And I talked to Virgil Hunter, the trainer of Andre Ward, about this. And we will be implementing the plan to unfold our intentions and start this organization in the near future. Quote by Victor Conti. But here it is. I have Rachel Donier telling me that I don't make no effing sense because I'm trying to establish a connection that doesn't even exist. I told her, well, I talked to Victor and I talked to Dr. Margaret Goodman. I interviewed all of them here, and we all have the answers. They all were here on my platform, and this is what she said.
Yeah, I know. The reason I don't go on your channel is
Stop. The reason you don't go on my channel. That's what she said. I never said nothing about you coming up here. That's called gaslighting. Didn't say nothing about you coming up here, but I saw what happened. Clearly, I saw it in live time. Tried to redirect the conversation elsewhere. Why? Because her intention was to humiliate me on Knockout's channel. And she knows she was wrong. But it doesn't stop there. Roll the tape.
What do you mean?
yeah, I know. The reason I don't go on your channel is because once I put you in contact with Victor, all of a sudden you're too Hollywood to answer the phone call. So let's talk about
Hollywood.
that.
You know, I never been Hollywood to nobody, Ray. But here's the thing: I won't have this conversation on Knockout channel. You can call me anytime. We can always have a conversation.
Yeah, last time I called you was January 5th, and then you never returned my phone call when the only reason you got Victor was because I told him about you. And you pretending like I didn't.
No.
And then you cut up the video, and then you cut up all the videos, and none of the live actually. So we can't see the entire video. I asked you for the videos because I never saw that.
You heard that? See, I was trying to confirm that, yeah. I know you were on the panel. We know. But you said the reason why you didn't come on my channel no more was because I went Hollywood. I'm from the projects. I ain't never go Hollywood on nobody. But we're going to let you have that. I went Hollywood. You called me. I didn't answer your phone call. Whoop-de-doo. We get it. I guess that was grounds for you trying to humiliate me publicly, right? Okay, cool. No problem. That's all good. I ate that. I had grace enough to say, hey, you can talk to me on the phone. You can call me now. We can talk about it now offline. I'm not going to talk to you on this man's platform and disrupt this man's show, even though you came up here to be a distraction and interrupt that man's show. I'm going to have grace. Y'all heard that? And even that was not good enough. So much so that she said some other things that I want to address.
When the only reason you got Victor was because I told him about you.
Let me stop it. The only reason I knew about Victor is because she told him about me. So I have a question on that. Same question I've been asking before. I'm going to ask it again. We're going to get the Devin Haney purse bid in 1 second. Just stay with me. What was your motive? What was your motive of going to Victor Conti, sending him videos, sending him lives that I was doing on him, which I wasn't hiding it. I mean, I did it publicly. When I talked about Vada, Victor Conti, the snack fighters, what was the motive? Rachel Donier sent him videos and lives that I was doing because she was here on the panel. Never told me she had a problem with nothing I was saying. Never corrected me about anything that I was saying. Well, I know why she didn't correct me because nothing that I said was incorrect, but okay, no problem. What was the motive? What intentions did you have in mind to send Victor Conti all of that stuff? Because behind my back, you were sending Victor Conti all of this stuff, having personal conversations with him. But in my face, you was on my live panel day in and day out. Now I'm a name drop. Go ask KQKC. He's seen Rachel Donier over here on my panels. Go ask Knockout Boxing 86. He saw Rachel Donier on my panels. Go ask Deem by any means. Go ask 2 Cents Boxing. Go ask Lucky McKinnell's. Go ask Band Up. How about you even ask Mr. Gregory Quarterbomb? Oh, yeah, I'm name dropping now because I have witnesses. Day in and day out. I mean, I can name some other people. Many Face Publishing. Go ask him. Go ask All Things. How about you ask Aaron H. Muhammad? Ask DC Jeroy. Yeah. Go ask D-Town Boxing. Ask Marlowe TV. Oh, yes. Ask BF TV. Go ask Bluebud. Go ask these guys and ladies. They'll tell you. Go ask Nick J. I can name drop all day. Ask Fanon. Go ask Fanon. Go ask them. When y'all go on these people platforms that got a YouTube channel, go and ask them in their live chat. Go ask them. Yo, did you ever recall Rachel Donaire being on Manager Marty's panel a lot of times? They all gonna say yes. I will hope they would. They seem like credible sources to me, personally speaking. That's why I name dropped them. That's right. So she never made no quarrels about it. So what happened?
Here's the thing. I won't have this conversation on Knockout Channel. You can call me anytime. We can always have a conversation.
Yeah, last time I called you was January 5th, and then you never returned my phone call when the only reason you got Victor was because I told him about you. And you pretending like I didn't.
When did I ever pretend that you didn't? When did I ever pretend that Rachel Donaire brought Victor up here? When did I pretend that she didn't do that? That she wasn't instrumental in that? I just played y'all the audio when he said it the first time he got up here. When? But I'm going to give you that lie too.
No.
And then you cut up the video, and then you cut up all the videos, and none of the live actually. So we can't see the entire video. I asked you for the videos because I never saw that.
Stop right there. Did y'all hear that? This is the last piece that I wanted to interject. We're going to get to Devin Haney in 1 second. We're going to get to the purse bid in 1 second. Don't you ask yourself the question of why am I talking about this today? Truth has no expiration date. Huh? I'm going to play that last piece one more again. Here it is.
And you got Victor was because I told him about you. And you pretending like I didn't.
No.
And then you cut up the video, and then you cut up all the videos, and none of the live actually. So we can't see the entire video. I asked you for the videos because I never saw that.
There it is. Stop right there. She said, you cut up the videos. Yeah, you cut up the live. Nobody was able to see the whole entire interview between you and Victor Conti because you cut up the videos. You cut up the live and you made them into videos. You did that, Manager Marty. She said, I called you so that I could see the videos because I never saw them. Is that what she said? I'm going to play that because Jab Queen just came in. Ariana, hey, y'all. What's going on, ladies? Because they just came in. I want to play that last piece one more time. We're going to get to Devin Haney in 1 second. Hold on. Let me play that last piece one more again.
My phone call when the only reason you got Victor was because I told him about you.
Uh-huh.
And you pretending like I didn't.
No.
And then you cut up the video, and then you cut up all the videos, and none of the live actually. So we can't see the entire video. I asked you for the videos because I never saw that.
Wait a minute. She said she asked me for the videos because she never saw the videos. Huh? My. Lord have mercy. But on December the 29th, she forwarded me a text message allegedly by Victor Conti asking her to request a video from me. Huh? Go and look at your screen. It tells you right there. This is from Victor. This all from Victor. This ain't from me, Manager Marty. This is a screenshot or a forwarded text message from me, from Victor to you. Huh? My. Here it is. Go and look at your screen on the 30th of December, 2023. Please text Victor. It's putting me in a weird spot right now. Marty, Victor is asking for the ability to watch the interview. Please send him the link to view it. Please. He's down my throat. He's feeling disrespected for not being able to see it. So the reason why you were texting me, Rachel, and the reason why Rachel Donier was texting me about the video, it's not because she didn't see the video. Y'all just heard her say that, right? Y'all heard it just now, right? Cool. That's not why. She lied. Yeah, see, publicly, she said the reason why she was asking me for the video, the live interview I conducted with Victor Conte, is because she didn't see it. But publicly, she said that, and then privately, she was telling me something different. Lord have mercy. See, publicly, when she went on Knockout Boxing's channel on May the 8th, 2024, I played the audio. That's what y'all listening to right now. This audio is y'all listening to this. That's the audio I'm playing. If you just joined us live, here it is. That's the audio. Yeah, she told everybody up there on Knockout's channel. Yeah. She was only asking for the video because she didn't see it. But privately, she was telling me Victor Conte was asking her for the video. Yeah. Please talk to that man. Please text Victor. It's put me in a weird spot right now. Victor is asking for the ability to watch the interview. Please send him the link to view it. Please. He's down my throat. He's feeling disrespected for not being able to see it. Please. My. Good God from Zion. I don't know what's worse. Somebody lying to me or someone lying on me. Because they're going to get the same reaction. Huh? You see, you might be asking yourself, why am I already talking about this again? You know why? You know why? You know why? Because truth has no expiration date. And I'm going somewhere with this, so stay with me. You see, anybody that got a problem with me talking about this, I understand. I'm not everybody's cup of tea. I get it. But see, all that lying she was doing, you should have held her accountable when it happened if you was here. Yeah, yep. I'm going somewhere with this. Stay right there and don't move. I want to play that last piece one more again.
Actually, so we can't see the entire video. I asked you for the videos because I never saw that.
Lied and said she asked me for the video because she never saw them. Lord have mercy. That's not what these text messages are saying. These text messages saying that you asked me the video on behalf of Victor Conte wanting to see the live video of me interviewing him after he left. My. Let's hear what my response was. Here it is. Bam, go and look at your screen. Here's my response. She texted me again, December 31st. Here it is. Did you send the entire video to Victor? Here's me in the green. I quote myself, spending holiday weekend with the family. Not yet. However, Victor emailed me last night, but not about the video. I don't understand why he is reaching out to you when he has my contact information, which is putting you in the middle. Nonetheless, it's my responsibility to protect my intellectual property and gain revenue through publishing it at my discretion. I will send him the video as I've given my word, but it should be upon his request to me directly out of fairness to you and Nonito so that y'all won't be in the middle. That's what my response was. And Rachel Donier, she responded. Oh, she did. She responded to that text message. Here it is on your screen. Bam, go and look at it. This ain't no AI. I don't do AI. This is real. Screenshots. Y'all know I don't do AI. Here it is. Her response, quote, I know he should, but he's of course venting to me because I told him to go to you. I think he just wants to review how he sounded and what he said. Just this time, let that specific request happen without him having to ask you. Please. The fifth please I had to hear her text me in 2 days. What's wrong with this picture, ladies and gentlemen? Members of the jury, members of the Roll the Tape film crew. What's wrong with it? There's something wrong with this picture, isn't it? She agreed that he should come to me directly. But he's venting to her. Why? Because she's the one that told him to come up to this platform. She's the one that was sending him videos after videos of the things that I was saying about him and snack fighters and VADA testing. What was the reason for him wanting to see the video, y'all? I think he just wants to review how he sounded and what he said. Why? See, truth has no expiration date. He don't have to review what he said because everything he said should have been true. Oh, but if it's some things that he told me in an interview that was a lie, I can see why they pressing me for the video. I see what's going on. Yeah. I need to make sure that what I said to Manager Marty, if it was a lie, I can go and correct it. I can go and expound on it. I can go and give more clarification so I can appear that what I said was truthful. I need to see a copy of that video to counter the thing that I said that I wasn't true. I mean, that's all that would happen, y'all, for real, for real. But the thing that bothered me so much about this text message is that I said, I will send him the video as I've given my word. I've given my word. Watch this. But it should be upon his request to me directly out of fairness to you and Onito so that y'all won't be in the middle. And instead of her saying, I appreciate your thoughtfulness. I appreciate your consideration, Manager Marty. I appreciate the fact that you recognize that he's applying pressure on me and he can talk to you directly. I appreciate that. And I'm going to stay out of it as a woman because I'm not married to him. I'm not married to you. I have no dog in the fight. I have no horse in the race. I'm going to stay out of it because it's none of my business. I did my part already. I brought the man up here to clarify some things that you and him need to talk about, and I'm staying out of it. But instead of her saying that, she comes back out and she said at the end, just this time, let that specific request happen without him having to ask you. Please. Lord have mercy. You think I'm going to let a person socially engineer me that didn't acknowledge anything that I said? I'm trying to keep you out of the middle of it. Isn't that why you keep telling me he's down your throat? He's applying all this pressure on you to get the video. Girl, bye. All a smokescreen. Let me stop my show for 1 second. I see that there's a dialogue happening in my live chat. What's going on with all this hey babies? What I'm seeing on my live chat, man? Hey, man, the ladies came to see me, man. Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis? Man, these guys try to take all the attention for the ladies. Man, you know I ain't fighting over them. Y'all want? Go ahead. I see what's going on. Let me get on with my show. I love having fun. But y'all see this, though? Y'all see this? I'm going somewhere with this, y'all. Stay right there. Don't move. We'll play that last piece again. Huh?
I'm on the live, actually, so we can't see the entire video. I asked you for the videos because I never saw that.
I asked you for the video because I never saw them. Oh, Lord have mercy. Lied again. Here go the lie right here. I'm going to play that last piece. Here go the lie. Here it is.
Videos and none of the live.
Here it is. Oh, wait.
And then you cut up the video, and then you cut up all the videos and none of the live, actually, so we can't see the entire video. I asked you for the videos because I never saw that.
Okay, so you lied and said you only asked me for the video because you didn't see them. That was a lie. Clearly you saw them. That's okay. You really asked me for the video because you said it was on behalf of Victor Conti, right? Okay. Now, let's hear what Rachel Donier said after I interviewed Victor Conti on December 27th. Mr. Greg was here I'm name dropping now. Mr. Greg was here on my panel. My cousin Isaiah was here on my panel. Band Up was here on my panel. 2 Cents Boxing was here on my panel. And so was Rachel Donaire. Y'all remember that? I'm talking about when Victor Conti left here. This is what, you know what, I'm doing way too much talking. Don't take my word for it. Roll the tape.
For the year. You know what I mean? We talk about fighter of the year. Rachel got the brownie points of the year for this one. She put that together. And this is a great this video is gonna get like 250,000 plus views. Oh man, and your next 4 videos, oh my god, I can't wait, man. Oh yeah, Marty, the viewership is gonna increase exponentially. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. I hope so, because YouTube been playing with my numbers lately, so hopefully they'll be very generous today.
Yeah, you need to check this up, because I told you this, that like if you get Victor on, the thing is that there's such a plethora of things that you could talk about, right? You could talk about his past, you could talk about Balco, you could talk about Shane, you could talk about any of those fighters in his programming, you could talk about VADA, you could talk about the different programs in VADA, you could talk about what's under the radar, what's what they can see, what's the best options. We could talk about all these box, Connor Ben, like any of these things. There's so many things that it's going to be a long live. And I know it was just kind of like thrown in there because I think someone pinged me and they're like, hey, is that Victor? And I'm like, yeah, that's Victor. And he was having problems with how to put it up, like, because he's never used StreamYard. That I had to call him and say, okay, what's on your screen next? Okay, like, click that button. Okay, what's on your screen next? Click that button. So, I mean, the fact that he came up it's better because there are certain things that I've said because I've seen certain things that I don't really feel like it's my realm to say because I shouldn't know a lot of the things. So for him to just say it for what he knows as far as like the testing and how many, the 12 weeks and.
All right, I heard enough. We could play some more, but did y'all hear that? She admitted. This is when Victor Conti left. Y'all heard Band Up voice, right? Yeah. Y'all know that was live. This is not AI, y'all. I don't do AI. But hold on for a minute. She said that she helped Victor Conti get up here because he was having technical difficulties. Why? Because he's never used StreamYard before. So she actually called him. Now, wait a minute. How did she know he was trying to get on? Because she was on the live. No, she wasn't on the panel at the time. Nobody was on the panel when I saw Victor Conti in the background because I made everybody leave the panel. Right? Y'all see that? She said that she called Victor Conti and gave him a step-by-step tutorial on how to get on stream. She said, what's on your screen? Press this button and press that button. You see that? I forgot all about this. Y'all see that, right? And then now, so she helped him get on the live stream through StreamYard. She walked him through the process. He came on here live. I did an interview with him, right? 3 hours. 3 hours of a whole show. 3 hours of an interview with Victor. He gets off of the live. I add people on the stream on a panel, and Rachel Donaire was one of the people I added on, and she was on the stream live on the panel, and you heard what she just said. So you helped them get on. You stayed in the background. You watched the whole 3-hour interview. Jumped on the panel after the interview was over. And then 5 months later, go on Knockout Boxing's channel on May the 8th and tell the whole world this right here. I'm going to play it again. Told the whole world this right here. Here it is.
Cut up the video, and then you cut up all the videos, and none of the live actually, so we can't see the entire video. I asked you for the videos because I never saw that.
You asked me for the video, Lord have mercy, because you never saw him. Good God from Zion. Woo. She asked me for the video. We're talking about the live video, the same video she was begging me in my text message to send Victor Conti and send it to her. Huh? I asked you for the video because I never saw him. You was here watching the live and then jumped on the panel when the live was done with the interview part of Victor Conti. Lord have mercy. Man, somebody better send this. Hey, man, if you have an iPhone, do me a favor. Yeah, listen now. I don't ask for much. I'm the least paid content creator in the YouTube boxing community. I don't ask for much. I can do a show for 2 hours and won't get a super chat or a cash app, but I perform like 1,000 people are here. I don't ask for much. Can somebody do me a solid? You just saw the live. All you got to do when the live go off, do me a favor. Can you screen record the part where you saw her lying? Right? This is the part that you seen her lying when she said she asked me for the video because she never saw it. Yeah, that part. And then some of my screenshots of the text messages that you saw on the screen. And then when she was actually on the panel and the things I'm talking about the panel here. The panel here. I'm talking about here. December 27th, 2023. The panel here. When she said she helped Victor Conti navigate his way through the StreamYard platform to get on the panel here. That part. Can somebody screen record all of the pieces of evidence that I just presented and then go email it or send it or DM it to Knockout Boxing 86 TV? Can you do that? Can somebody do that? Somebody that represents the Roll the Tape family. Can you do that? I don't ask for much. No. I'm asking you to do that because it was on his platform where she tried to humiliate me and lie. Yes, twice. Send that to the guy, please, because I think he's cool with her. So I figured, we all would be educated now. Yeah. See, somebody might ask, why you talking about this? You always talking about Snack. You always talking about Vada. You always talking about the Snack fighters. And it's probably because they're black. And you always talking about Victor Conti. Why? Here's my answer. Truth has no expiration date. Oh, yes. Can somebody do that for me, please? Yeah, send this truth to Knockout Boxing. Yep. Hey, don't get mad at me. She lied publicly. She should be corrected publicly. Huh? She was in the live when I was interviewing Victor. That's all I'm saying. Here's the reason why I'm bringing all of this up. This is the real reason. Why are they lying to me? Why are they lying on me? I don't care. Listen, I don't care to know the answer. No answer is good enough for me, personally speaking. But I was trying to figure out what they lying for. If Snack is what it is, and it's legitimate, if VADA testing is what it is, and it's legitimate, if the Snack fighters are the cleanest fighters in the sport of boxing, according to the email that I showed you all earlier that Victor Conti emailed me on December the 15th of 2023, if all of these things are legitimately true, then why are people lying? I mean, why is Sean Porter lying? Why is Andre Ward lying? Huh? Why? Why is Andre Berto lying? Why is Rachel Donaire lying? They all associated with Snack and Victor Conti. Why is Bill Haney lying? Why is Devin Haney lying? See, I'm saying all of their names because I have the audio and the visual to prove it to you all, and I have been doing it for 3.5 years. Why is Terrence Crawford lying? Why is Clarissa Shields lying? See, I caught all of them lying, and I'm trying to figure out why. We need answers. You see, that's the $1 million question. Besides, what did you go over there for? Or we still waiting 3.5 years for that answer. We haven't gotten it yet. But what I'm trying to figure out is, what are they lying for? This is a legitimate sports nutrition company. Why are they lying? And here's the thing, y'all. I'm the only one that caught them lying. You probably thought they were telling the truth before. All of them. But since you've been exposed to my platform, you know for sure, with the receipts I've already presented, there's two things you know for sure. Number one, that I caught them lying. That's true. And number two, I told y'all the snack program works, didn't I? My God. Now, speaking of the snack program, how about Victor Conti's protege, Devin Haney? Yeah, Devin Haney, who, by the way, just came off of his second suspension with the New York State Athletic Commission in April of 2026. I told y'all that. Bill Haney didn't do no interviews telling you that his son was suspended again, did he? Devin Haney ain't tweet that he was suspended to his fans, did he? No transparency with these guys. But they jump on every other platform, insulting fighters, demeaning fighters, lying, gaslighting, projecting, and using manipulative tactics. But you know me, I show the receipts, don't I? That's right. Devin Haney's purse bid results. Starting in about a half hour, 11 o'clock a.m., the WBO is facilitating it. We heard Keyshawn Davis, and I played this piece of audio last night when Keyshawn Davis told Bill Haney, you're not even putting up any other money. What do we need to talk to you for, Bill? Talk to you about what? You ain't even putting up the money. That's what Keyshawn Davis said. He said, you ain't even putting up the money. We got to talk to you for.
OG, get the phone. Stop DMing me. Keep talking about. OG, keep talking about. This posted on his story today. If you go on OG's story, you'll see that he posted. I'm hiding. I'm ducking phone calls to my manager and my promoter. I'm ducking. How the would you know if I'm ducking phone calls from my manager? From my manager. You post on Twitter every day like you a child. I'm not going back and forth with scary ass man. I'm not going back and forth knowing that y'all is willing, that y'all are lying. Why the would I respond to you and you not even putting up money for this fight, Bill? You're not putting up no capital. Why the would I get you on the phone and try to negotiate anything with you, Bill? Didn't you just sign with a promoter? Didn't you just sign with a promoter? We're not talking to you, Bill. Obviously, your promoter not talking to you neither. I'm talking to you for, Bill. You're not putting up no money. You're a hell of a promoter. I'm just letting the fans know that the narratives that he coming out with don't even make sense. Since when I'm scared of anybody?
Those were the words of Keyshawn Davis. Now, why am I playing that again? Because I have some piece of advice I want to give to Bill Haney. Yeah, I'm gonna give it to him for free this morning. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna let y'all go in a minute. I'm gonna give it to him for free. I'm gonna give it to him. Oh, for real? Wow. Lord have mercy. Breaking news. Thank you. Jab Queen Boxing. My. Let me put that on the screen so people can see that. And then let me go fact check it and go on the WBO website myself, and then I can make a phone call to them over there at the WBO if I really care enough about it. But late breaking news, Jab Queen Boxing says it. You see it on the screen. They postponed it till the 30th, Manager Marty. I just confirmed on the WBO page. My. Thank you, Jab Queen. Man, oh man. Well, wonder what Devin Haney's going to do now. What is he going to do now? I mean, he was supposed to compete within 9 months of winning the actual title from Brian Norman Jr. back in November 2025. And here we are, almost 9 months in, and the man still have not had a fight announced or scheduled at all. That's bad business. I'm trying to look for it now as I'm talking to you all. Jab Queen, if you're listening, if you're still here, can you send that to me? I'm on the WBO's website now, trying to make sure I can put it on the screen here for the audience. When I clicked on Devin Haney's name, it still say the 27th at 11 a.m. for the purse bid. So if Jab Queen is here, she'll probably send it to me, so I can put it on the screen for everybody to see it. But I want to give Bill Haney some piece of advice. Band Up, that's you, bro? Yep, salute the Band Up. Hey, Band Up, stay right there, brother. I want to play something that you said while you were here, brother. Because what it is Band Up, I said your name, bro. Yeah, I name drop. Bro. Because I wanted to use you as a witness for Rachel Donaire being here, live and live in color, on my panel after Victor Conti left that first time when I conducted an interview. And Band Up was here. He was here. Remember, I just told y'all he was here. Remember, I played the audio? Band Up's in the live chat. Here it is.
For the year. You know what I mean? We talk about fighter of the year. Rachel got the brownie points of the year for this one. She put that together. And this is a great this video is gonna get like 250,000 plus views. Oh man, in your next 4 videos, oh my god, I can't wait, man. Oh yeah, Marty, the viewership is gonna increase exponentially. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. I hope so, because YouTube been playing with my numbers lately, so hopefully they'll be very generous today.
Yeah, you need to chop this up, because I told you this, that like if you get Victor on, the thing is that there's such a plethora of things that you could talk about, right? You could talk about his past, you could talk about Balco, you could talk about Shane, you could talk about any of the fighters in his programming, you could talk about VADA, you could talk about the different programs in VADA, you could talk about what's under the radar, what's what they can see, what's the best options. We could talk about all these box, Connor Ben, like any of these things. There's so many things that it's going to be a long live. And I know it was just kind of like thrown in there because I think someone pinged me and they're like, hey, is that Victor? And I'm like, yeah, that's Victor. And he was having problems with how to put it up, like, because he's never used StreamYard. That I had to call him and say, okay, what's on your screen next? Okay, like, click that button. Okay, what's on your screen next? Click that button. So, I mean,
you heard that, Band Up? Yeah, you remember that night, Band Up? Mm-hmm. Yep. Ariana says she remembers that night. She was here. That's right. See? Rachel Donaire was actually here. Live. But that's not what she told everybody on Knockout's platform. And that is not what she told me.
And then you cut up the video, and then you cut up all the videos, and none of the live actually, so we can't see the entire video. I asked you for the videos because I never saw that.
She said she asked me for the videos. She never saw them. But she was here live. The very videos that you were asking me to send Victor Conti, which is basically the live that I did with him. The very video in a text message. Please text Victor. It's put me in a weird spot right now. Marty, Victor is asking for the ability to watch the interview. Please send him the link to view. Lord have mercy. Please. He's down my throat. He's feeling disrespected for not being able to see it. I know he should come to you, but he's, of course, venting to me because I told him to go to you. I think he just wants to review how he sounded and what he said. Just this time, let that specific request happen without him having to ask you, please. So privately, December 30th, December 31st, December 29th. Privately, it was because Victor Conti wanted the live interview. He wanted the video. He wanted to see the video because he wanted to hear how he sounded. He wanted to see what he said. But publicly on Knockout Boxing's channel, it was, I called you because I was asking for the video because I didn't see it. And she was here live on the panel. Hey, Band Up, are you here? Because I name dropped. Band Up, are you here, bro? I'll make sure Band Up's still here. Man, if I got something for this. Band Up, if you here, if you can, click that link, man. I want to see if Band Up was here. See if that brother's still here. Band Up, you here? Click that link, bro. Yo, can you click that link, Band Up? If you can, I get it. You might be at work and everything. Wanted to see if Band Up was still here. If you can, that's cool, bro. Yeah. You see something real quick, y'all. Stay right there, don't move. Bam. Shout out to Jab Queen Boxing. Obviously, I was here. I was preparing this morning. I got off of the live late last night, but we have it. Thanks to Jab Queen Boxing. Thank you, Jab Queen. Jab Queen Boxing just texted to me. The WBO Championship Committee grants. Here it is. Here it is. WBO Championship. Go and look at your screen. I'm gonna read it to you. WBO Championship Committee grants a joint request to reschedule the Haney Davis purse bid proceedings. Wow. What's going on here, guys? Wait a minute. You mean to tell me that first and foremost, the WBO had to mandate Devin Haney to defend his title so they wouldn't have to strip him because he wasn't making no efforts at all within the 9 months that he was supposed to defend it. Then they helped Devin Haney out, right, by mandating a guy who never competed in the entire weight class. We've seen this in boxing 1,000 times. It's good business. But the point I'm making is we've seen them mandate Keyshawn Davis, a guy who just fought at 140, make his way up to 147, pass the 15 ranked fighters, and jump into the number one position to be the mandatory for a WBO welterweight championship title fight against Devin Haney. Then the WBO gave them 20 days to negotiate. Both parties in their representation to negotiate for 20 days so that Devin Haney can fight his mandatory and defend the title. You know, how much it's going to cost, the expenses, the purses, right? Compensation for each fighter, the date, the network, which we know was going to be the zone anyway, and the actual venue. And for 3 weeks, they couldn't get a deal done. So the WBO sent all parties involved an email stating that because the time that was designated for them to negotiate elapsed, now a purse bid proceeding would have to take place. And the minimum of the bid was $200,000. And it was supposed to happen on July 27th at 11 o'clock a.m., facilitated by the WBO originally. But long and behold, the WBO granted a joint request to reschedule the actual purse bid proceedings to now Thursday, July the 30th, 2026 at 11 o'clock a.m. And where is this going to be held? At the WBO main offices in San Juan, Puerto Rico. My. Why is it so hard to get this deal done? Bill Haney, 2023 Manager of the Year. Why? Come on, man. All that interviewing, shucking and jiving Bill Haney was doing on the Boxing Voice and other platforms on YouTube. And long and behold, they still can't get a deal done against a fighter who has 15 professional fights, the same amount of knockouts Devin Haney has on his record. A guy who's naturally smaller than Devin Haney. They can't get the deal done. A guy who is promoted by Top Rank and Bob Arum, the same promotional company that gave Devin Haney a 3-fight deal with a guaranteed purse to fight Kambosos twice in Australia and Lomachenko. They done did business with Top Rank, and you mean to tell me that Haney's can't get this deal done? Lord have mercy. Man. Man. And Devin Haney has to pay $20,000 in child support per month. And Bill Haney goes on a platform and tell the world that $200,000, which is the minimum of this purse bid, by the way, is nothing. He said, my son paid $200,000 a year in child support payments moving forward. This is nothing. $200,000, it ain't nothing. My son gonna have to pay that in 1 year's time in child support payment. This ain't nothing. Well, Bill, let me give you some advice, buddy. Since 200 grand ain't nothing, how about this? This is the only piece of advice I'm gonna give you for free, Bill. You're gonna learn something today from the real manager. Here it is. The manager at Walmart, the manager at Target. Somebody told me to drop the link. Man, I wasn't even gonna have a panel today. But bam, link dropped. There it is. Come on through. Yeah, open panel now. Hey, the link is just dropped in the chat. Come on up. Here's the thing. Bill, I'm gonna give you some advice from the manager at Walmart and Target. Here it is. How about DHP, Devin Haney Promotions? You guys put up the $200,000. That's the minimum, right? Put it up. And then let Bob Arum and Top Rank or any other promoter that's interested in bidding on this fight, let them put up the rest. And here's the great thing about it, Bill. Your son is still going to receive 75% of the actual purse. So even though you guys are allocating $200,000, you're going to get most of it back. It's called business. You're making an investment. You're not losing the 200 grand. You're just investing to get more. That's all I'm saying. You follow me, Bill? Somebody send this to Bill Haney, man. Somebody don't see the link? Whoa. Don't play StreamYard. All this money I pay y'all every month. Hold up. Bam, there it is. Ow! I flew that kite right out. Bam, link in the description. Come on in. Come on in, y'all. My. Bill Haney dropped the 200 grand, bruh. You're making an investment. This is not a loss. You're not losing the 200. Just put it up as the bare minimum to show other promoters that your promotional company is on the forefront of making history and following the WBO rules and regulations, man. Y'all don't fight for money anyway. That's what Devin said. He said he fight for legacy. So 200 grand ain't nothing, right? Just put it up on behalf of DHP, man. And you force the other promoters to come alongside of you and put up millions. Man, I'm trying to help these guys, man. Lord have mercy. Band up, you there?
Salute, Marty.
What's up, Band Up? Let me make sure you hold up. Let me change the layout. Make sure the people can see you, big dog. What's going on with you, man?
And that name Band Up Bud is for when Deem's ass was hating yesterday. So
Oh, you said Dean. Oh, okay, Band Up. But hey, Band Up, what's up, man? You heard that audio I played, bro?
yeah, I heard it. Yeah, I was here, Marty. I was here back in the heyday, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hey, let me ask you a question, bro.
And let them know, Marty, that was before you went on your world tour.
That's correct. That was Band Up was definitely here before the world tour. Quick question, Band Up. You seen how Rachel was lying, right?
Yeah, I see that. Yeah, I don't know why you need to watch the video if you've already been there. If you was already there live, I don't get it. I don't get it.
Yo,
Marty.
why they keep lying to me and lying on me, Band Up? What's all that about, bro?
No idea, man. I have no idea.
Man, it sound like they hiding something, man. I don't know what's going on, dog. Like, I don't know, bro. I'm glad you was here, bro.
I'm
Mr.
glad to see you too, man. Hey, side note, real quick. I know you happy that LBJ 23 back in up there in Philly. I know you happy about that.
Oh yeah, LeBron coming to the Sixers. Yo, I owe y'all a public. Well, I don't want to say apology, but I thought he was going to my. I know I said it already, but since you brought it up, let me do integrity. Integrity tells me to do this again. I thought that LeBron was going to Miami because the night before I did the live last week, I saw on their YouTube channel, the Miami Heat YouTube channel, it said LeBron James announcement. The interview, the press conference was going to be on the 27th, which was today. So I came out and was like, "Yo, I had my Jaylen Brown jersey on, my Sixers hat. John was fresh too. I'm like, yo, I want LeBron to come to Philly. I wish he'd come to Philly. I dropped a video 2 weeks ago begging LeBron to come here. And then long and behold, I was wrong. And then Miami Heat came out and did a press release and said, hey, that was by accident. And long and behold, now we see that LeBron James will be in the 76ers jersey this season. And guess what? I can assure you that them nosebleed seats, oh man, they going for about $350 to $600. I guarantee you that. It was just $60 two years ago and $75 last year. Oh man, that price with Jaylen Brown and LeBron, man, that price might go up about $350 to $600, man. Lord, that
in the nosebleed seats.
Yo, the nosebleed, bro, all the way up in section 580,000. Yo, Mr. Greg, the link is in the. I put the link in the. I know Mr. Greg was asking about the link. He said he couldn't see it. And Pride Before the Fall actually asked for the link as well. It's definitely here. I'm about to pin it to the top of the chat, man. What's up with Devin
Marty,
Haney,
I don't know if you've touched on it before, bro, but well, I know you kind of have. I was at work that one day. You was talking about the testing and all that stuff, but Tim Zoo back was all extra big, and it didn't look like any punches was affecting him that night, which is crazy. Even the ones where Errol was looking good, it didn't seem like anything affected him, bro. You know what I mean? You be all the way out there in Australia, you know what you're doing. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's kind of weird. That's what I mean. That look a little bit weird because I ain't never seen Tim Zoo in there just stand in the middle and then they nigga punch him with a 4-piece and he just take it and just keep going. I ain't never seen that.
Well, the thing is, Band Up, and I have to say this again because yesterday I actually came on here and did a live, and I said that the power, and every boxer knows this is true, the power is in your legs, right? So Errol Spence's legs is not there anymore. So the power that he once had is not there. You know, them punches that he landed on Tim Zoo with healthy legs, man, Errol Spence would have hurt him, especially to the body. He was throwing some good body shots. So I can't go as far as to say that, you know, Tim Zoo was taking some real big punches. You know, as far as when I say taking, I don't mean he wasn't absorbing them because he was, but I mean I don't see nothing substantial enough for me to say, hey, his performance was enhanced because the power wasn't there. Errol Spence had no legs, man. It wasn't the same Errol Spence. And I actually covered all of that yesterday. And the thing about it now that Mr. Greg was here, Mr. Greg, what's up, big dog? How you doing, sir?
Good morning to you, gentlemen. Hey, Band Up.
Good morning. Mr. Greg, real quick. I know you came up a little late. Did you hear the audio that I played of Rachel Donaire?
No, but I think I was in and out because I'm doing a number of things. But I think I heard it before. I think he had played it before, but I didn't hear it this morning.
Okay, I want to play that last piece for you, Mr. Gray. I want to get your take. This is what was said to me, and I think you were here 2 years ago when we first addressed this right here on May the 8th, 2024, on Knockout Boxing 86 TV's channel. This is what Rachel Donier said to me as I was on the panel talking about something else, just being there to just go on Knockout Boxing channel, just to basically talk about boxing and the topic that was on the screen. And long and behold, Rachel Donier comes up and she saw me up there. So she came up and this is what she said.
You're saying that like we don't know, like and Knockout said it earlier. Like at the end of the day, it's going to come down to the commissions and the sanctioning bodies. Y'all are playing here like you guys don't know. You guys want to throw shade, have Vada, USADA, whoever the fuck you guys want to do, and yet there's nothing. You guys have nowhere to stand on. And anyone that's actually reported this, actually, Marty, you reported it. You did everything that that you went down, and yet you can't actually establish a connection. So it doesn't make any fucking sense. At the end of the day.
I reported what, Rachel? What are you talking about? I reported what part?
Vada, Snack, Margaret, Victor, all the stuff that you were saying.
Well, all of them came on the channel and I interviewed them. What do you mean?
Yeah, I know. The reason I don't go on your channel is because once I put you in contact with Victor, all of a sudden you're too Hollywood to answer the phone call. So let's talk about that.
I never been Hollywood to nobody, Rick. But here's the thing: I won't have this conversation on Knockout channel. You can call me anytime. We can always have a conversation.
Yeah, last time I called you was January 5th, and then you never returned my phone call. When the only reason you got Victor was because I told him about you, and you pretended like I didn't.
No.
And then you cut up the video, and then you cut up all the videos, and none of the live actually. So we can't see the entire video. I asked you for the videos because I never saw that.
All right, I'm gonna stop it right there, Mr. Greg. That's what she said.
Hey, I
remember you remember that?
I remember that. Yeah.
That's what she said, May 8th, 2024. But of course, I mean, you know me, Mr. Greg. I have all of the evidence where she actually was texting me behind the scenes 5 months before everybody heard what she said on May 8th. But 5 months before that, 2 days after Victor Conti left here, she was actually texting my phone. I guess she was being the middle woman, so to speak, mediating for Victor Conti to get the video of the interview from me. She kept begging me for it over and over and over again, saying, please, please, please. He's down my throat. He's feeling disrespected for not being able to see the video. Please, please, please text Victor. It's put me in a weird spot right now. Marty, Victor is asking for the ability to watch the interview. Please, please, please send him the link to view. I responded to her and I basically told her, I will keep my word. I will send him the video. But it should be upon his request to me directly out of fairness to you and Onito so that y'all won't be in the middle. Her response to me, as you all see it on your screen, I quote, I know he should, but he's of course venting to me because I told him to go to you. I think he just wants to review how he sounded and what he actually said. Just this time, let that specific request happen without him having to ask you, please. And then I also posted this, Mr. Greg, and Band Up, because both of you were on the panel when you just heard us say that she called me asking for the video because she didn't see the actual live interview between me and Victor. And then you all were on you were on the panel after Victor Conti left here that day. You were here, Mr. Greg, and so was Band Up, and so was Rachel Donier, who got caught in a lie saying she never saw the video, and that's why she was asking me for it. And now here's what she said that same day that you, Mr. Greg, and Band Up was here after Victor Conti left on December 27th, 2020. You know what? I'm doing way too much talking.
For the year. You know what I mean? We talk about fighter of the year. Rachel got the brownie points of the year for this one. She put that together. And this is a great this video is gonna get like 250,000 plus views. Oh man, and your next 4 videos, oh my god, I can't wait, man. Oh yeah, Marty, the viewership is gonna increase exponentially. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. I hope so, because YouTube been playing with my numbers lately, so hopefully they'll be very generous today.
Yeah, you need to talk this up because I told you this, that like if you get Victor on, the thing is that there's such a plethora of things that you could talk about, right? You could talk about his past, you could talk about Balco, you could talk about Shane, you could talk about any of the fighters in his programming, you could talk about Vada, you could talk about the different programs in Vada, you could talk about what's under the radar, what's what they can see, what's the best options. We could talk about all these box, Connor Ben, like any of these things. There's so many things that it's going to be a long live. And I know it was just kind of like thrown in there because I think someone pinged me and they're like, hey, is that Victor? And I'm like, yeah, that's Victor. And he was having problems with how to put it up, like, because he's never used StreamYard. That I had to call him and say, okay, what's on your screen next? Okay, like, click that button. Okay, what's on your screen next? Click that button. So, I mean, the fact that he came up it's better because there's certain things that I've said because I've seen certain things that I don't really feel like it's my realm to say because I shouldn't know a lot of the things. So for him to just say it for what he knows as far as, like the testing and how many, the 12 weeks and what's contracted and all that other stuff. Like, that's not my lane. My lane's the business. So it's better for him to say it out of his mouth so I'm not misrepresenting anything. And whatever Marty wants to ask him.
I digress. Mr. Greg, are you still there?
I'm still here.
I heard you laughing in the background, Mr. Greg.
I'm laughing because we were all here. And she was here too.
Oh, yes.
And I remember her cussing and having a hissy fit about how things started to fall out with Victor and how he started to feel. But I don't understand, because Rachel has at least had a podcast, if I remember. So don't she know?
I was gonna say, what happened to the little podcast she had?
Yeah, I was gonna say, how would she think that she couldn't get called out for saying she didn't see the video when you were on the? Sometimes people don't think about what they're doing. We are all on here, and then she's going to say he didn't see it. He was on here too. This is crazy that you. It's like don't believe your lying eyes. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's crazy. I remember saying I thought it was very sad that your friendship was falling apart in real time. Because I remember she came to Philly or something. You had taken her to a restaurant she wanted to go to that was in Philly. Or just, reminiscing your interactions when, I guess, of better times. And so suddenly, because Victor is angry because he came up after asking her, after she told him to come, which he did. He did come. We fell back so he could feel he's in a safe space. And he really sort of put the noose around his own neck. Nobody jumped on him. Nobody was throwing hard, mean questions at him at that time because we all stepped back. So I don't understand why she couldn't have recognized once you start talking on film, it's there forever, especially in the days of social media. But she's still going to say that he didn't see it. She didn't see it when she was actually there with us.
And helped him. And by her own admission, you just heard it, Mr. Greg. She helped him navigate through the StreamYard.
Right. We were on there when she was telling you that she was telling him how to get through it. So that's what is puzzling to me. And I don't think Rachel's a dumb lady at all. But we heard her tell him how to get on and how he was not that savvy with StreamYard, et cetera, et cetera. So all of this we've heard before. So that's why I knew I'd heard this. So what? Oh, okay. I'll just leave it at that. If that's what she gonna tell, that's what she gonna tell.
Well, it ain't no that's what she going to tell Mr. Greg. I mean, she did tell it. She did tell it. She actually. See, here's the thing, Mr. Greg, and I asked Band Up this, and I'm going to ask you just for 30 seconds, Mr. Greg, real quick. In your estimation, after all the stuff that you know, and the things that you've learned from the presentations that I've made public here, and all the research that I've done 15 years, but just condense it to just, let's say, Rachel and some other snack fighters like Sean Porter. Last week, I showed how he lied as well. Why do you think that they're all of them that is associated with snack? I've already proven that they all lied. The ones that I did videos on. Why do you think that they're all lying? I know why I'm catching them in lies, but why do you think that they're all lying and trying to do damage control? What is all that about, Mr. Greg?
Hey, Marty, I'm gonna listen, but I gotta go.
All right, you got it. Thanks for coming up, Bando.
Salute, Mr. Greg.
Okay, all right, by now. If I was to guess, there probably has been some activity, in my opinion, that would still get them in trouble. There may have been some laws or some rules broken that we might not be fully aware of that could still affect them. It's embarrassment because when you present something in one way and it's seen as something noble and great and revolutionary, and then it turns out that this is all somewhat fraudulent, somewhat illegal, or at least borderlines on that. And now you being exposed. Nobody likes being exposed. And I know I'm going on too long, but I think it's a combination of all of those elements there that she thought that, and maybe he did too, this would be a great promotion, a great spotlight about himself and the snack program. And it turns out to be, it was really more exposure of what's not necessarily good, what's not necessarily grand, if you want to use that word. So now and the documentary that Nonito did when he was on the snack programs, with the machines and all of those things, and we saw it in the way they put it out to us. This is revolutionary. This will change the way athletes train, prepare, et cetera, et cetera. It looks good. It was the 24/7 that nobody really questioned. And why nobody questioned it is easy to understand. When you're doing, having been in marketing and promotion, it's easy to lead people away from using a little bit of common sense. I would say, and I've always said, it's almost impossible to do 24/7 for testing 365 days a year. It's almost impossible unless the tester has 365 kits with him and is sleeping in the bedroom next to yours, traveling where you go. There's no way you can really do that, but nobody questioned that because it sounded good. It sounded like we're trying to have clean athletes, and 24/7 sound grand until you start asking the questions. And you happen to have been one of the people who had done research first and then asked the questions. So when somebody would say something that wasn't true, you already knew that because you had the work. And I didn't even know, and nobody else did either, that you had done so much work on the on testing, PEDs, etc. So when that comes up, when somebody is, and that's what I talk about, being prepared. You were 100% prepared for this moment when it finally came. So you didn't know when it was going to come. You didn't know Victor was going to come, but he showed up and you were prepared, you see? And that's what people don't always like. They think you're going to catch you by surprise. They're going to think they're doing something different, but you were prepared for the moment.
I think, and you know what, that was greatly put. Very well said, Mr. Greg. I actually think, looking back on it 2 years now, obviously it was 2.5 years ago when Victor was here, RIP Victor Conti, but I believe that the reason why he came up here initially was because he wanted to persuade the audience into believing that everything was on an up and up. He didn't go on other platforms. He could have went to any platform. In fact, I made a notation of this last week that he went on Coach Malakai's platform 2 weeks before he came to see me. right?
Mhm.
According to Coach Malachi, Bill Haney is the one who orchestrated that meet for him to go over there. But Coach Malachi was being very favorable towards him because of his lack of knowledge. And I'm not throwing a shot at Malachi, salute to him. I'm just saying it's easy to have a guy or a lady on your platform when you don't do your due diligence and you let them control the interview and the narrative. But when Victor Conti came here, it's because, yes, Rachel Donaire encouraged him to come. But there's something else that I have to point out. I'd be remiss if I didn't. It's because of my influence when we talk about this topic. It wasn't about the viewership. I mean, everybody knows my channel from YouTube is shadow banned. It's no secret now. But it wasn't about the viewership. It wasn't about, how many subscribers that I had back then. It was about the fact that I had the most influence in the boxing community, particularly on YouTube, when it comes to the topic of VADA testing, snack fighters, and Victor Conti himself. And if you could persuade the audience, not just any audience, the Road to Tape family, see, my supporters, if you could persuade me of making me believe that everything that I've researched was basically a sham, and I'm overthinking and I'm overreacting and I'm just reaching. And this is the reality of what's happening with Snack. And Marty, you got it all wrong. If you can convince the biggest influencer on YouTube that I got it all wrong, guess what? Everybody else would have followed behind me coming out saying, hey, guys, hey, ladies, I had Victor Conti here. I realized that everything he said was true. I put it out there. It was a live interview, and we can move on from this topic. We never have to talk about it again. But instead, when Victor Conti came here, to your point, Mr. Greg, unbeknownst to me, I was ready. I was prepared. I didn't know I was ready. I didn't know I was prepared. I didn't know I was going to encounter him that day. In fact, I didn't know I was ever going to meet Victor Conti. I didn't know if I ever would talk to a Memo Heredia or an Alex Ariza. Those are the three guys that I've been doing research on for over 15 years at that time. So for me, it was like, hey, he's here. And they caught me off guard, Mr. Greg. You was on the panel before he came here, right or wrong?
Yeah.
Yeah, so now it's like, dag, I got ambushed. And they thinking, okay, look, I ambushed the guy. He don't know I'm coming. I catch him off guard. And I got so many things I can say to counter the videos that he's been putting out. And long and behold, Mr. Greg, I had to keep a poker face on when 7 times Victor lied to me in 2 different interviews, 6 days apart, 5 hours apiece, 5 hours in total. And what did I do? I waited. And then I put out video after video after video to feed my audience, slice by slice by slice by slice, what the lie was and what the truth was. And then when people started to see the inconsistent statements through the videos that I was publishing after Victor Conti left here the first and the second time, there was absolutely nothing that could have been done. Now, what was attempted to be done was to get the live interview from me after Victor left so that him and Rachel Donaire can sift through it, find out what inconsistent statements that he made, find out what he could say to clarify those inconsistent statements or mistruthful statements, come back a second time in a rematch, so to speak, and do something different where, hey, I'm going to clarify some of the things I said in the first interview because you might have misinterpreted something, right? And I didn't give them the opportunity to do that because I never sent them the live video. And I was going to keep my word and do it. But because Rachel Donaire kept texting me all day, every day, I ain't going to say every day, but for 3 days in a row, begging me, please, 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 please send it to me so I can send it to Victor, please. And I'm like, what is this about? I didn't even know what this was really about. So in that, Mr. Greg, and my audience members that's new to the platform, I started to see that there was something wrong. And here is what I saw that was wrong. And I have to bring this back up because this is as equally as important. Here it is right here. Bam. My text to her on December the 31st. I said to Rachel, literally at the end, I said it. I will send him the video as I've given my word. It's in green, y'all. Follow me. But it should be upon his request to me directly out of fairness to you and Nito so that y'all won't be in the middle. And when Rachel Donaire did not acknowledge any word that I said in there, she never said to me, well, very considerate of you, Manager Marty. I respect that. She never said to me, I'm going to stay out of it. I'm not a wife to Victor, and I'm not a wife to you. I have no dog in a fight, no horse in a race. And her response to me was, I know he should, but he's of course venting to me because I told him to go to you. I think he just wants to review how he sounded and what he said. Just this time, let that specific request happen without him having to ask you, please.
That's what I was laughing at.
See, when a woman say that to me, that don't have a dog in a fight, a horse in a race, trying to socially engineer me, and I told her to stand down over the phone and through a text, that aroused my suspicion. That's just the reality of that.
I can see that play.
And so now I started to realize there's something going on behind the scenes that I really don't know about. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to fall back. I ain't responding to nothing else because now I see that there's a play involved. I see it very clearly. And one thing I can tell you all, and I said it before and I'm going to say it again, this gift that I have caused me friendships and it has destroyed my marriage. And I'm so proud about it. But basically the point I'm really getting at is when I see people using manipulative tactics, gaslighting, projection, reverse psychology, I'm like, you know what? There's something wrong with this picture. There's nothing genuine about it. Let me take a step back and analyze everything. And I did. And guess what? I won because everybody involved in this play got caught lying. Rachel and Victor. See, when you doing something on the up and up, you don't have to lie about it. Just go ahead and be genuine, say what it is, and we're going to move forward. You know, but some people might ask Mr. Greg, why am I still talking about this? Why am I still talking about snack? Why am I this? The bottom line is truth has no expiration date.
Right.
And that's what I've been riding off of, truth and integrity. And here's the thing, Mr. Greg, I've exposed other people for lying, even in the process. Andre Berto, Virgil Hunter, Andre Ward, Terrence Crawford. I mean, the rest goes on and on and on. These people, Bill Haney, they don't want to, Sean Porter, they don't want to talk to me. And I get it. But it's not even about talking to me. I ain't nobody special. But come out and be honest. The $1 million question is not why do Rachel want this video from me? Why? She was already here live, Mr. Greg. That ain't the number $1 million question. Because here's the thing, Mr. Greg, and even you can attest to this. All the times I was talking about Victor Conti, VADA, testing, the snack fighters, way before Victor Conti came here, even 6 months before that, Rachel Donaire was on my panel every time. Right or wrong, Mr. Greg?
The first couple of times that I actually even came on your show, Rachel was on. That's how I met Rachel.
That's correct. She never made any references about her disappointment or her disenchantment about anything that I was saying. She never corrected any incorrections. She never said, hey, I think you got this part right, but you're wrong about this part. And her husband was directly tied to Snack and Victor Conti. In fact, like you brought up before when you talked about 24/7, 365, her husband was the spearheader, the number one fighter that Victor Conti put in front of the media in 2012 after VADA was formed by him, Dr. Margaret Goodman, Flip Hamansky, and the quote-unquote world-renowned anti-doping expert. I know the fourth guy's name, but I won't say it. But the point is, he was being advertised as the first and only professional boxer to undergo a new program known as 24/7, 365 VADA testing. So I get why she's trying to do damage control. I get it. She don't want nobody to be suspicious of her husband being on snack and going through this process of a 24/7, 365 VADA testing that absolutely is a hoax and fake news. And I proved that. So I get why she is doing it. But the way that she went about it, especially going against me, when we cool and I got the proof and the receipts, that's where the mistake was made. And that was where the mistake that was made from Victor Conti as well. And I hate the fact, and I'm first time I'm saying this, and I don't want to go on a rampage, but this is the first time I'm gonna make this public. I hate the fact that the last words that I had to read from Victor Conti about me was that I was an effing moron. That's what he tweeted before he died. Months before he died. I wish that we were able to come to a medium to be able to say, hey, we can agree to disagree. No hard feelings. It's all good. And the reason why I say that, Mr. Greg, and I actually put it on your screen so that you can see that on December the 26th, literally a day before Victor Conti came here, he literally sent me an interview and confirmed that as per my request, a Marty 25 promo code is now active. You see that on your screen, Mr. Greg? You were here when this happened.
I remember that. Did it? I don't remember it working though.
Oh, it worked as much as the snack program worked, Mr. Greg. Oh, it worked. I know people that used it. And guess what? Victor Conti still didn't pay me my residuals off of it, but what it is.
That's what I'm talking about. I remember you saying you didn't.
You remember me talking about that? Yes, Lord have mercy.
What was go ahead.
I'm listening to you, Mr. Greg. Speak on it.
No, what was kind of funny about this whole period is that this is what happens when you have a carefully crafted image and scenario that you want to present to the public that's paper thin. All it takes is a little pinhole to bust it wide open where at least the suspicions will come pouring out. And all of the suspicions are really legitimate. Soon, and I think I remember saying sooner or later, if there was something that really could cause a real investigation, it's going to come from somebody who was actually on the snack program or in the snack program saying, here's what we did, y'all didn't know, that is wrong, or it is illegal, or is unethical. Or one of the fighters, or somebody in the fighters' camp that was actually in the camp working with them, telling. And that's why that's why this is excuse me, I just have a little on my throat. Mm-hmm. That's why there's still legitimate conversations to be had, because now you have to go back. Everybody who probably was, particularly when they were looking at what was happening with Nonito, have to question all of that now, because it looked so good when it was first presented, and that was great. But then nobody questioned anything about it. So that image was now being crafted very nicely. When you started talking about Stack on the podcast in the boxing spaces, nobody else was doing any of that. And so it became very potent and very powerful and very noticeable as well. And then, of course, you had Rachel on the show, who's, for better or worse, is very much connected because her husband was the poster child for the program. So yes, she has a vested, a legitimate vested interest in that her husband looks favorable to the public. When the questions started coming, and then when it started becoming obvious that some questions got to be answered in some kind of way, I think, this is how I feel, I think Victor knew how to get on this show all along. I don't think Victor was fumbling and stumbling on how to use StreamYard and what buttons you have to push. I think he wanted to give a folksy, I really don't know how to do all of this, I'm just a guy who's trying to help athletes, image. So I think he was, that's my opinion. I think he was trying to give some of that as well. I think Rachel being the go-between was sort of guiding him through. So if something goes wrong, she could take the hit first. I think when you started asking the questions, like I said, you were prepared. And that's the thing that everybody should always be prepared, even if you never get the opportunity for anything. Be prepared, and you were. That was something that people aren't always used to as well, and particularly with someone who's always been able to come in. He's been able to come in boxing and do what he wanted to do because he can't go anywhere else. He couldn't go anywhere else to do it. And he made it very clear he was only trying to, which makes sense too, to deal with the elite athletes at the very top of the game, because again, that pushed forward his program, his supplements, etc. Because you have all of these elite fighters and the trainers who are in fact are supporters of it because they're using it. When the questions started getting a little deeper and they started getting a little uncomfortable, and now you got to realize, okay, you done told all of this years ago to the general public. There's some lies here that's about to be exposed. There's an image here that's about to be cracked open or ruined, or at least have a question mark, not just for Victor and Rachel, but for all of the fighters as well. What do we do about this? So now they're going to come after you. Let's start doing damage control and make Marty seem like he's after me. He's trying to do something bad to me. He's a hater, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So that was the scenario. They started going after her, but instead, they just exposed themselves a lot more. Rachel, suddenly, she's mad at you now. Suddenly, she don't want to talk to you now. Suddenly, she don't remember she was on the show that she said she's trying to act like she wasn't on. So this is what happens when things are so thin and there's no real solid foundation to stand on. It starts falling apart. And that's where they are now. I'm sorry, rest in peace again to Victor. He probably could have done a better, well, I won't say probably. He could have done a more accurate and better job of presenting himself. I mean, who's going to like him is who's going to like him. Who's going to not like him, who's not going to like him. He did what he did, and he got punished for it. But he didn't help himself either by saying things like, I wouldn't trust me either. And what do you think people are going to do? They're not going to trust you. But he did that. So what you did in this case sort of turned, I guess you threw a monkey in a monkey wrench in the program, because now you made people start opening up their eyes, at least to ask the question. Even if they don't want to believe it, you still should be honest enough to ask that question. Are these supplements, because as you know, I've used the supplements as well. Are these supplements good? Are they tainted? Have they been tainted? We already know they have been before. Are the fighters, and that was the other question that was asked too. Are the fighters getting different dosages of the different kind of supplements that they have? And that had to be a yes, because all the fighters are different. But what about these particular supplements in this program is illegal or unethical? That's the big question that's still there. It's always going to be there until somebody finally says, here's what it actually is, as opposed to coming to a conclusion. You can do that, and the conclusions don't hurt. But if you're going to anytime you're going to expose something, you have to ask those hard questions. And it's usually going to make a lot of people uncomfortable, because some people benefit from questions not being asked. But that's over and done with now. So unfortunately, Victor's gone. Rachel's mad at, y'all don't have that friendship anymore. The fighters who are on Snack got to dig in for the most part. Hey, you've been using it now. It's no use. You can't turn away from it because you're already in it. You won fights, and people are suspicious that something about the Snack program gave you an unfair advantage that you weren't supposed to have. And that goes for fighters that I like or fighters that I don't like. Or I won't even say I don't like any, but it goes for fighters that I like as well. You have to always be willing to be honest about it. And most people aren't willing to go that far. They would rather see their people that they like seen in the most favorable light. And sometimes some of the things that we do is not so favorable to us when it's examined. And that's what you've done with this. So that's in conclusion, I want to go in ad nauseum about this. But in conclusion, the snack program does work. We know that. But is it working fairly? That's the question. Hopefully, we'll get a definitive answer. If it's not, there's got to be some investigations officially. If the fighters who won fights that were on the snack program, you got to go and look at that fight again and see whether you take that win from them. And that could happen. That scares everybody. Everybody who's won big fights or good fights while they were on the snack program has to understand you risk losing that win if an official investigation comes up and it's determined or concluded that there was cheating going on. A lot of fighters will get hurt. Well, their records at least will get hurt. And who knows, in today's world where everybody wants to sue, who you beat may decide they want to sue you. So we see how that happens now. So all of these things, all of those questions open up all of those potential doors. Who goes through them, we don't know. So that's where I am with that. So, excuse me. I don't know why my throat is like this. But thank you, by the way, for asking about it. I'm good, though. Thank you, dear.
You all right, Mr. Greg?
Yeah. I'll just, the voice is just a little raspy.
Okay.
No, but I'm good. I'm not sick. Thank God.
Yes, indeed. Very well stated. And I actually believe that the snack fighters, I do believe that there should be an asterisk next to their wins. If they won. I'm not saying just because you're on snack, you're going to automatically win. But if they won, I do think there should be an asterisk to their wins. Of course, you talked about upon further investigation. The crazy thing about all of this is that all of these things have happened in plain sight, literally, plain sight for years. And as soon as I came out with it, I think a lot of people didn't take it serious enough until I started presenting evidence, until I start showing audio clips, screenshots of interviews from 10 years ago, interviews from 12 years ago, documentation. I think at some point people realize, okay, he's on to something, or he's on to us. I also believe this, in my opinion, this is not a fact. Let me say, in my opinion, I do believe in my heart that there were private conversations between Victor and the snack fighters, old and new. Keep manager Marty's name out your mouth. It don't matter if he super chats you, Sean Porter. Don't say his name when you read it. Don't nobody go over to his platform. If he see you on somebody else's platform, get out of there, Bill Haney. These are things that really happen. I mean, I don't think these are things done by an accident, Mr. Greg. I mean, me personally, I just don't, because it keeps happening.
I actually believe that has happened in some way, shape, or form.
Because it keeps happening sporadically by different people. And it's like, wait a minute. I know for sure, if I'm a person who get on X, formerly known as Twitter, and I tweet about everything, Devin Haney, and somebody says my name, or they say something that I don't like, and I typically reply to it. But then when I see a YouTube video and it has my name in the title, and it's talking about a guy who I believe is clean, I believe who changed his life around after he got out of prison, a guy who's been helping me enhance my performances legally, oh, not only am I going to defend the program, but for sure, I'm going to come out and say, hey, I don't know what you talking about, Manager Marty. I'm clean. I never pop dirty. Whatever these guys can say, whatever these ladies can say, nobody has yet to respond. Not even on X, formerly known as Twitter. And I have evidence of them responding to everybody else outside of the topic of VADA testing and snack. Oh, they'll respond. If you say something about, hey, Devin, you can't beat Shakur. Oh, Devin gonna respond. Hey, Bill Haney, y'all can't beat no Keyshawn. Oh, Bill Haney's gonna respond. I mean, it's just that simple. But when it comes down to Victor, Conti, snack, and VADA testing, they run away from the topic and they run away from the person with the biggest influence talking about the topic. I get it. If I was just a regular YouTuber, Mr. Greg, I believe this. This is just in my opinion too. If I was just a regular YouTuber, oh man, they'd be up here eating me alive, jumping up on me, saying, hey, we ganging up on you. You don't know what you're talking about. You're just a YouTuber doing this for clickbait. You're doing this for clicks and likes. And you a hater. But they know they can't do that with me because I'm not just a YouTuber and never was. What I was, though, was a professional licensed boxing manager who know the people that they know, who've done business with the people they've done business with, and they know who I am. That's the difference, Mr. Greg.
That's the value, again, of preparation and having, as they say, receipts.
Can you believe Terrence Crawford sent Fanon a cease and desist letter? At least that's what I heard. I didn't see no evidence recently? Of it. I just tell you what I heard.
Recently? Huh? It was recent?
No, I think this was like a year ago or something.
No, I didn't.
That's what I heard. Like I said, I didn't see no paperwork and I don't have no proof, but that is what I heard, that Terrence Crawford's lawyer or somebody sent Fanon a cease and desist letter.
Concerning Terrence being on the snack program?
Yeah, or something to the effect of a performance enhancement or a snack. I don't know. I didn't see no paperwork, but that's what I heard.
I'm not aware of that. But you see what I'm saying about now everybody wants to go to court?
Yeah. Well,
start opening up that court stuff, you're going to have to bring something to prove your case.
Yeah, and guess what? And that's probably why they ain't send me no paperwork yet, Mr. Greg. Because here's the truth. You guys and ladies only seen and heard 75% of what I have. I haven't even exposed the 25%. Maybe I should save the 25% of information I have when they send me some paperwork to sue me. But here's the thing. I haven't defamed no one's character.
Right.
So you can't say defamation. I've never insulted none of. I may have offended some of them, but I never insulted them. I never called them out their name. I never lied on them. I never defamed their character. I mean, what can they sue me for? I mean, what can you possibly sue me for of all people? What? You've seen the evidence day in and day out. I encourage it. We'll see.
It's interesting that when you were just saying that, I had always hoped that somebody, one of the fighters, would clearly devoid, leave their public relations people at home, their managers at home, and go on a show, or even just post a clear and definite statement about what they were doing, why they did it, how it actually helped them, what they actually took. Admit that, yeah, I know it looks wrong. I know the Victor's situation. I know how people see him in the world of sports. I know he can't go anywhere but boxing. I heard what he said. We shouldn't trust him. Here's why I trust. In order to do that, takes a lot of character to me, from my point of view, to do that, for a fighter to do that, because you're putting yourself on the line. You're opening yourself up to a whole lot of questions. But if you have that kind of character, you're willing to answer those questions. And I've always wondered why fighters will always pride themselves on their training, on their discipline and things of that nature. Once you made that decision to deal with Victor, anybody like him, and now you're being questioned about it. Now your wins are being questioned. Now your whole persona as an athlete is being questioned. Why don't you take the bolder step? Because it takes a lot to get in the ring to fight somebody. take the bolder step to step out in the public and explain yourself thoroughly, clearly, and exhaust all the questions. Everybody's not going to like all the answers still, but you still have to be willing to put yourself in that position to answer, because you already put yourself in the position where you're now being questioned. So why not take the bull by the horn instead of getting mad every time somebody says something, or ducking and dodging, or having your lawyer send a letter, which is going to cost you a lot of, lawyers, what, $500 to send a letter sometimes? I'm not paying $500 when I can come on YouTube and say, ask me whatever you want, I'll answer. I'd rather do that. I'd rather people, I said, well, I still don't like him, but he did come on and he answered the questions. You have to be willing to do that. And, none of them have done it. I've heard some little slick stuff, such as when Devin said it's, I think he said something to the fact that it's legal. Something.
In the Netflix documentary, Devin Haney said it is performance enhancing, but without the drugs. That's what he said.
And to be quite honest, all supplements and training and all the other things, it's supposed to enhance your performance.
Yeah.
The question is it being enhanced artificially or not? Is it being done ethically or not?
Right. Well, I know for sure, Mr. Greg, they all taking more than supplements, and I can guarantee you that.
And that's what I'm saying.
All of them.
Somebody's going to tell, if that's happening, somebody sooner or later, and it may be later now, but somebody is going to tell, because it always comes out. Somebody gonna get mad about something. Somebody gonna get in trouble somewhere, and they're gonna use what they know as leverage if they can. Something is sooner or later going to happen, and then all of this that you first put on Front Street for everybody to look at, to see, will all come into, damn, Marty was telling us this 5 years ago, and we weren't all listening.
The truth has no expiration date, Mr. Greg.
Right.
Hey, Mr. Greg, before I let you guys go, quick question. Thanks to Jab Queen, and salute the Jab Queen again for this piece of information. Yeah, because I was on live here, and then last night I was exhausted after doing a live last night, so I didn't get a chance to see that there was a public statement online from the WBC's committee. The championship committee granted a joint request to reschedule Devin Haney's and Keyshawn Davis's purse bid proceedings. It is now going to take place this Thursday, July the 28th, I believe. Excuse me, not the 28th, the 29th, 11 o'clock a.m. in San Juan, Puerto Rico.
What do you think of that?
Oh, that's what I was asking you. I gave my perspective, but I'll give it to the new audience again before we go. What do you think of that, Mr. Greg?
I think a deal is already pending. I think they were arguing over some key points, because to me, there's absolutely no reason why this deal shouldn't have already been done, signed, sealed, and delivered and ready to go. I think there's, as always in boxing, there's always some behind the scene machinations going on. I think there's some doubts in certain aspects of the deal. Bill certainly is trying to make sure that he keeps Devin in as his best position as he knows how to. But if Bob is involved, he's not messing with somebody who don't know what they're doing. And Bob been around since the 60s. He's still in the game strong. So messing with Bob is, you better come with your A+ game still. He hasn't faltered yet. So I think some of that is taking place. Of course, there's always the battle about money percentages and who pays for what and who's going to look in control of this whole situation. And the WBO probably is, they probably are trying to be accommodating to both of them, but they're going to be accommodating to the one who has the power, with the one who has the leverage besides them, between Bill and Bob.
Yeah. Well, apparently the only one that's coming to the table with the least leverage, unfortunately for them, are the Haneys.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the only leverage they have in this scenario is the fact that they are Devin Haney is the WBO champion.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, excuse me, it's the 30th, by the way. I said the 29th. I apologize. It is the 30th, this Thursday at the 30th. But Bob Arum is the promoter for Keyshawn Davis. We've seen this movie play out before, Mr. Greg, when Devin Haney was in a purse bid with Top Rank a few months after he fought Ryan Garcia, right? He got his O back. He was still the world champion, the WBC champ. He entered into a purse bid with Bob Arum. The minimum bid was $1 million. Bob Arum came up with 2.4 million, and Devin Haney vacated the title and did not fight Sandor Martin. And so now in this case, the bid minimum is $200,000, and we're still having delays. I can assure you now, with my experience and knowledge of how this process works, that this situation is based upon the money.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's why I'm saying what I said earlier to Bill Haney. Bill Haney, on behalf of DHP Promotions, put up the $200,000. Put up the bid minimum. Listen, it's very simple. Put up the bid minimum for $200,000. That starts the bid right there. And any other promoter, including Bob Arum, who represents Keyshawn, or any other promoter like Turkey, they're going to have to come up to the table with more money than that. And usually, if you're going to start at 200,000, once we get to 2 million, now we can talk. Because here's the thing: 75% of the bid purse is going to go to Devin Haney. So if you put up 200,000 on behalf of DHP representing Devin Haney, you're going to get 75% of the total pot. Mm-hmm. So don't look at it like a $200,000 loss. Look at it like a $200,000 investment. Okay? Because you know you can pay for it and you know you can beat the opponent. It's very simple how you can leverage this win moving forward, right? To make yourself more appealing, make yourself more marketable. But because Bill Haney, unfortunately, don't know the business of boxing and he's just used to getting guarantees, this is what this is about. Here's the thing. Bill Haney bragged on platforms saying $200,000 is nothing for the Haneys because Devin Haney is proposed to pay that same amount, $200,000 in a year, when you calculate all of his monthly child support payments. So if 20
most ridiculous,
that's what he said. Oh, my son paying 20,000. He gonna have to pay 20,000 a month in 10 months. That's gonna equal 200,000. So it ain't like we ain't got the 200,000. Well, put it up then. Put up the 200, and then start there, and then you make the highest bidders, whether it be Top Rank, Turkey, or somebody else, clamor for this fight, pay for it, and you get 75% of the whole pot. That's just good business. And that's why we're having these delays, in my opinion. It's the money.
That also kind of, to me, at least exposes when men and women want to play the game that involves high stakes poker, I guess you could call it that, or just want to play the high stakes game of business. You have to still have money. You have to have available cash or somebody who's backing you. To me, you can have, of course, you can have the vanity promotional business that has no substance to it, no infrastructure, or you could really be a real promoter, not just licensed, but funded. I suspect that the Haneys really don't have the kind of money they like to pretend that they have. I don't know. I suspect that they don't have any backers, such as BBC had somebody. Bob Arum even had a guy who was in Switzerland who was a billionaire. You always have to have solid backing if you're gonna play this game. It looks good that you pound in your chest. We DHP, et cetera, we do this. but now this is an opportunity to show it.
Hmm.
You just said 200,000. You say your son pay that in child support, so that's throwaway money. That's your fund that you got in your drawer, or money that you keep under your mattress, if that's how you're talking. But if you're gonna be in this game for real, and you're gonna play at this level, you have to be able to have the funds.
They don't have it, Mr. Greg.
So I think that as you just said, the money is an issue still, and I wouldn't be surprised if a third party pops up, for one of these guys that's out here doing what they're doing in the world of boxing, because it's all soap opera-ish now. Some villain will show up, or some savior, depending on how you look at it. But that they still had to delay it, and now they're moving the negotiations outside the country back to San. Well, no, that's not outside.
That's where the purse bids happen. It's in the main offices of the
Right.
the WBO.
So they'll have a little vacation. You can send out. They'll be able to lay out on the beach.
Yeah.
And, have Mai Tais and
But
do that
but
kind of thing.
yeah, but here's the thing, Mr. Greg.
Mhm.
They couldn't get a deal done for the 20 days they were allotted by the WBO in the first place, which led to this purse bid. And now the purse bid was facilitated on a specific day, which was Monday, and now they need an additional 3 days. Lord have mercy.
Yeah,
When DHP Promotions, who allegedly signed a multi-fight deal with DAZN, they can't make nothing happen. Signed a $150 million deal with Zuffa, allegedly. They can't make nothing happen. Listen, Keyshawn Davis has a very, very experienced, wise, reputable, and credible promoter backing him.
Mm-hmm.
He knows this. Listen, and I have to say this part. The WBO and Bob Arum have a great relationship. You don't have to believe me. All you got to do is look at all of the top-ranked fighters that had a world title their first run. All from what organization? The WBO. It's very simple. It's very simple. T.O., WBO. Kambosos, WBO. Devin Haney, WBO. Shakur Stevenson, WBO. Terrence Crawford, WBO. Manny Pacquiao, WBO. Jeff Horn, WBO. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. Bob Arum, top rank. Todd DeBuff. They all have a long-standing, great relationship with the organization. So we know for sure, it ain't top rank.
Right. They know what they're doing. Like I said, Bill is playing a game that he's really, in my opinion, a little bit over his head. Well, maybe a lot over his head. If you don't have any money, you're way over your head. But the designation has been made, the mandatory has been set, the order has been given. So you either surrender the belt, which may be in play here.
Mm-hmm.
But then where does Devin go? Now
Turkey, and get a guarantee. Well, you go to Turkey and get a guaranteed purse like you always do. Here, look at what's happening now in this purse bid. It's very simple. Isn't this sort of like what happened without a purse bid proceeding with Devin Haney and Rolly Romero? When Al Heyman and PBC, Tom Brown, they sent Devin Haney a term sheet along with the expenses and profit margin sheet, sort of like what the Muhammad Ali Reform Act tells all promoters to do. They honored the Muhammad Ali Reform Act. Al Heyman and TGB under the banner of PBC. They did that when they sent Devin Haney everything. This is how much everything is going to cost us. This is how much you're going to profit. This is how much your opponent's going to profit. We're laying everything out, but you got to bet on yourself. It's no guarantee. You're going to get a percentage. And here it is. Devin Haney claimed that the deal was so great in the beginning. And then a month later, it was the money. It was the money. It was the money. And now they're in a purse bid. It's the money. It's the money again, because he's going to have to receive a percentage. These guys want guaranteed money. It's very simple. I'm talking about the Haneys. That's how they operate. It's just that simple.
Nobody's taking those chances. Nobody wants to really take the kind of chances that you have to take if you're gonna be a boss. Bosses really do take chances. You claim you a boss, you claim you call your own shots, you have to also take the chances that are necessary to be in that position. You can't have it all, have that, and not take the risk as well. They don't want to take any risk because yeah,
None.
Devin could get hurt in the ring like any other fighter. Any other fighter. You have to be willing to decide who you're going to be. Just like you have to decide who you're going to be in the ring, you have to decide who you're going to be in the business aspect of this game and stay in that and grow from that. He would have, I think Bill might have benefited had he had come up under some of these other promoters who they're going to spank him a little bit, but that's how you was going to learn as well. Even Al learned some things from Don King, and Don was out here doing this thing to everybody at one point in time when he was in the game, but he did put on great fights. But you still got to learn from these kind of guys. And I don't know if Bill just watched him and thought he knew and tried to emulate him, or whether Bill just thought he knew it all along and just said he's gonna play the game his way. And now we see where he is right now today. Yeah, he got Devin some fights. Bravo, great. That's what you're supposed to do. But what are you doing now?
I think he got Devin fights. He got Devin fights in Mexico after Devin Haney made that little run in Mexico, because of course you have to pay for the opponent out there. I'm not going to give the whole process away, but
right,
yeah, in Mexico, yes. But ever since he's been fighting here in America, where he has to be consistent in America, no more fights in Mexico. There's two things that Bill Haney did. Number one, he hooked up his son with Floyd Mayweather Sr. by DEing, excuse my language, Floyd Mayweather Jr., following him around and being a groupie, and then got so close to Floyd Mayweather Sr., paid Floyd Mayweather Sr. to train his son. Then he got acclimated to people in the gym. Somehow, some way, that didn't stop there. Devin Haney was still running around with the Mayweathers. You thought that Mayweather was going to sign Devin, which they had intentions of signing Devin Haney. But once again, the business structure of PBC is percentage based on performance through your metrics and data. Okay. Devin Haney is not a big ticket seller. There's no secret. I'm not downing him. That's just the truth. The second thing that Bill Haney did was start sparring with Sean Porter to help Sean Porter prepare, as Devin Haney was the young, hungry lion in the game. And Sean Porter introduced Devin and Bill Haney to Victor Conti. And they've been on snack ever since then. Okay. So basically, to go back to your point of, you don't know if Bill Haney was learning from all of these different business people with business acumen. No, he wasn't. Think about it. Think about the whole lay of the Haneys. Devin Haney is not trained by his dad. He's trained by other people that his dad pays to train him. Right?
Mm-hmm.
But in the corner on fight night, who's the trainer? Who's the chief second? Bill Haney. So number one, he learned a little bit from the trainers, but he ain't learned enough to do it on his own to save his son some money, right? He don't train his son. Number two, his son's performances are being enhanced. And number three, he don't know the business of boxing. This is all a pump fake. That's the biggest issue and disappointment, I think, that the Haneys will always have. And I say disappointment amongst people that really believe that they are who they keep claiming that they are. We're looking at the moves of, Bill Haney as a businessman, as a manager, and I'm telling you, from one manager to another, this stuff that's going on with Devin Haney, his career is a travesty. That this kid is not selling how much he should be selling. I'm talking about ticket wise, fanfare, merchandising, endorsement deals. Devin Haney, with his talent, should be in a better business position than he is. But because his dad don't know the business of boxing, and all he can do is say, look, I got the product, my son, sign us to a guaranteed deal. And everybody that he's been doing business with, they've been in a guaranteed deal with. And I have to say this, because Devin Haney and his dad, particularly his dad, always try to bring up this pro-black persona. Well, name somebody black that he's done business with. Nobody. The blackest person you can do business with in promotion is who? Al Heyman and PBC. Very, very simple. That's not their MO. Okay. So these things are happening because of the fact that Bill Haney's pride and ego is bigger than the hair that he wears on his head and is bigger than his heart. And that's the personality disorder trait. I always say he give me vibes of it. And he don't have the humility to say, you know what, I'm lacking in this area. Let me find out how to get the knowledge to be able to put myself and my son in a more profitable position, to have legitimate leverage when I sit down and talk to the WBO in a purse bid negotiation. And that's why I keep breaking down, because of his lack of knowledge, but his lack of willingness to humble himself. And that is sad to me. And for that reason, people that are content creators who buy into this narrative of Bill Haney, who gaslight them and manipulate them, they follow behind it so they can get whatever they want from Devin and Bill. Maybe it's free content, maybe it's free tickets, or whatever else they're getting from Bill Haney. And they follow his narrative, they repeat it, they regurgitate what he tells them, and they really stand in solidarity with them until somebody like me come out and ask them, all you content creators that's pro Haney, let me ask you a question. Why did Sean Zattel be the first one to report that Devin Haney signed a multi-fight deal with the Zone? You mean to tell me, huh?
I said, ain't that something?
Yeah, you mean to tell me Bill Haney talks to y'all privately? Y'all amen everything he says. Y'all repeat everything he tell y'all. Y'all pro Devin and Bill Haney. Everybody is against y'all, and y'all pro black, most of y'all. You mean to tell me that somebody else outside of this community that you have with Bill Haney, they were able to break the news first and not you? That's crazy to me. I'm just that's just crazy to me.
That's kind of the narrative, or I should, the image that Devin had initially coming into this game could have been used to market him to all of these advertisers. They could have used that clean cut boy next door image that he had for a minute to his greatest advantage. Devin could have been in commercials. I don't see him. I don't know if he has any side deals, but Devin should have been in commercials. Devin should have had some speaking tours, going to schools. I haven't seen him do that. Devin should have been talking more to ingratiate himself with the fans and to try and cross over. There was no attempt for any of those things.
Nope.
Instead, it seems that Devin and probably Bill just didn't do anything either, or helped it. Wanted to cultivate this, which was stupid, this street image that nobody believes he has. He wanted to talk tough where nobody believes he's tough, and as opposed to cultivating being an alpha class athlete who's going to go out here and he's going to perform, because it is part show business as well, and do the very best every time against the very best. You have to have a team still. And sometimes a team member, in this case his father, is taking you in another direction where sooner or later his excesses are going to reflect badly on you, which is why Devin is seen in the way he's seen now. That didn't have to happen. They should have recognized that nobody stays a fighter forever, in the ring at least. And there should have been multiple revenue streams. Devin, like I said, Devin should have been a spokesperson here, guest spots here, speaking there, and winning fights because he's selling tickets. His image is there. That's what you sell. You have to package your product. He had the product. Devin has skills.
Yes.
I don't think Devin has gotten any better And that's a result of, I think a lot of fighters have that same problem right now because they're not fighting enough. And if they are fighting, they're fighting individual opponents where the likelihood that you're going to beat that opponent is very high. So
Yep.
there's not a lot of risk. There's not a lot of challenge that's being taken place because nobody wants to do that right now. They want to get, as you say, get the guaranteed money, keep the O, and move forward, but then just tell everybody I'm the face of boxing, I'm the greatest fighter ever, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, without ever having to prove it, even when you're in a fight. The fight right now that everybody's still looking at Devin sideways on is the fight that he had with Ryan. The
Ryan Garcia.
Bill's going to ask, why were you not able to the entire fight get out of the way of a left hook when you know that's what Ryan's punch is in the first place? What were y'all doing in the preparation, once again, where you should have been ready for that? Who's at fault here? And now that you found what we call the weasel clause, with that small percentage of I guess it was Osterine. Yeah.
Yep.
That gave you back your O, but you didn't win back your O. You should have never had the O in the first place had you been prepared to fight in the way that you should have been prepared to fight. It's not like Ryan came out with something new, or Ryan came out, oh, he's devastating. You knew Ryan was bigger than you. You knew Ryan was taller than you. You knew Ryan had a left hook. You knew Ryan was fast. You knew Ryan was strong. Why was it still happening?
Because Bill Haney told Devin, and Devin Haney told the world, and Devin Haney believed it by overlooking Ryan Garcia, that Ryan Garcia was a C+ fighter. Mm-hmm. And they ran around the whole promotion with that narrative until he got hit with a quick left hook. I mean, it was so fast, none of us seen it at the time. And, you had to rewind that, But the point is that when you talk about Devin's image, he doesn't have any because the fans can't connect with him. Why? Right. Because his dad steals the limelight. His dad got to do all the interviews. That's why when you look at Devin, some people still trying to figure out, well, how can we package this guy as a promoter? Because we can package him as a clean-cut guy, but we got to deal with his dad projecting this gangster image, right? Yeah. And this quote-unquote street cred that he wants to uphold, and the whole time this kid can't sell tickets. Well, it's not because he's not a talented fighter, because he is. And he's on snack, so his performances are being enhanced. It's really because the fan base, including the casuals, they cannot connect with him because he doesn't do enough interviews. He's not in the public eye enough. He's not on YouTube enough. Who's taking all of the shine? His dad. And his dad gaslight and project, use reverse psychology and other manipulative tactics. And that hurts him even more. And it's so unfortunate to see. He's not the only father that do it, right, but we're talking about him right now. Mm-hmm. This pattern of behavior is the things that I've been calling out time and time again. And because of that, you won't see Devin Haney fight Ryan Garcia, in my opinion. They've been moving farther away from Ryan since the last 2 years. And it's unfortunate. I mean, look, Bill Haney came out on record, and he even said they have a top 10 list of fighters that they're going to fight. Ryan Garcia was named number 10. Number 10. And he made the most impact on Devin. And he's number 10. Devin, so that goes to show you right there.
Fights after, Devin might not even get 10 more fights. It's also sad to me that his personal business has become part of his image. The situation with the mother of his child and all that takes place, and of course then Bill takes that and says, we pay that in child support. This is the kind of stuff that I don't think he understands. I know there's a market of people who likes all that ratchet stuff. Mm-hmm. And they think that's cute and it's cool. But what are they doing? They're talking about, they're calling Devin a trick. They're calling him a fool. Mm-hmm. They're talking about what she doing. And I don't really want to know any of that in the first place, but that's the image that they have. Bill likes to talk about who he was in the street. So of course, when guys they're talking about Bill supposedly being the pimp and this, that, and the third, Devin being soft, period. So those are the kind of things that Bill has done to his own son without realizing it. And I think because they've gotten a few guaranteed fights, that he thinks that was worth it. To me, it's not. And I think at some point in time, Devin will have that same attitude that all I've sacrificed for. Because I heard that Devin had dropped out of school when he was in high school because he wanted to be a fighter. And I think there's some legitimacy to that. There's a story there that's deeper than what's happening with his father, but we don't know it because of the nonsense that's in the forefront. And so for Devin now, here we are now, we're talking about Devin. We're not talking about, oh, this is going to be a great fight. I can't wait to see the matchup. We're talking about the nonsense, the foolishness, the purse bid, the fact that you're taking somebody who got to come all the way up, who you know, for the most part, the appearance is, Keyshawn might be a great fighter one day. Keyshawn is a little questionable to me right now. And I'm not talking about his skill set. I'm talking about his mentality. But you know he's smaller. You know he done messed up before. Who's to say y'all don't sign the fight and Keyshawn done do something stupid like not make weight, be overweight, don't show up, not mentally there. So that's a whole different story. But Bob got him in this position right now where he's going to get this, well, possibly get the fight. But we should be talking about Devin fighting Ryan again, since what happened. How great that fight's going to be. We can't wait to see it. Instead, we're talking about Bill's nonsense and Devin's personal life. So not us, but people are going to put that in there, and Bill doesn't help it by mentioning it in comparison with the purse bid. So those are kind of things that has shaped his image. So I don't see Madison Avenue calling Devin. They don't want that mess. I don't see anybody saying, you know what, we should put. They may want to put Bill on a reality TV show because he's crazy enough to make people want to see what Bill's going to say. But Bill's not the one who's fighting.
Nope.
It's Devin.
Bill ain't getting a fight in his life. When a person got to act gangster, you know they ain't gangster.
Right.
When they got to act street, they ain't street.
Yeah, Bill. I'll say this, and Bill may come on the show and ask, but I'll say this. Down here in DC, Bill. Let me find the right word because I don't want nobody going at you either. Let's just say.
Oh, let him come at me. This is what I want. Yeah, come on, let's get it. What you gonna say? I'll say it for you. Text it to me. I'll say it.
No, I'll just say Bill is seen as a zero. I'll put it like
Bill
that.
Haney did what?
Bill is seen down here in DC as a zero.
Oh yeah, in Philly too. He ain't making no noise. He talking about something he did as a teenager. He got locked up as a teenager. Did a little, like, even if all of that is true, what difference does it make? I keep telling people those tactics don't work in the business of boxing at all. Like that right there, not in boxing. It doesn't.
And
when you conducting business,
is why do people think because you gone to jail, you got locked up, that's some damn badge of honor? It is not I tell these youngins, I don't care what prison you was in, what jail you was in, what you went in for. That is no badge of honor.
Yep.
If you did something wrong and you got punished for it, that's what it is. That's what it is. You messed up out here and got punished, or maybe something went wrong that you weren't really that you knew you shouldn't have been involved with, and you got punished. But still, going to jail is never going to be a badge of honor for real. It limits you. People look at you, particularly if they gotta hire you. Okay, wait a minute. You've been in jail for what? Maybe not this time, son. But it doesn't make you no bad. It doesn't make you this great person because you've gone to jail. It just says you made a mistake and you got punished. That's all it really is. Now, did you learn from that? That's great. That's your learning experience. But that's no badge of honor. But So trying to use that, I was out in the street, I was shooting, I had my 9 on me. We was out here, we was blah, 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 blah. So many of us has gone down that road. And I can't tell you anybody who's still alive and not in jail who's going to say, I'm so glad that happened. That was the greatest thing that could have ever happened to me. If I had to do it all over again, I would. I don't know nobody who's saying that. It could be somebody foolish enough who's saying it, but I don't know anyone like that. Anybody that I've known, been around, hung with, etc., if they could go back and change all of that, all of them would. All of them. And that's how it's supposed to be, really. So just using that gangster image, I know that sells some movies, that sells some records. There's some people who are younger people who are going to get excited about what your image was on the street. But that's not how you go into this world of business. You go in this world of business with of course a lot of strength, a lot of knowledge, some success, or you're trying to get success in that particular line of business and prepared to do the work. And sometimes you'll make it, sometimes you won't. But because you were involved with some criminal activity or you got locked up, and it's not like you was a political activist, that's a whole different thing. But if you was out here doing dirt, this is part of what happens when you're doing dirt. But that's not how you sell a fighter. But that's what some people are trying to do because they've seen the marketing of criminal activity or street life as being viable to sell a particular product. And you're going to have a small audience who's going to like that. They're going to identify with you like that. But that's not how you get to Madison Avenue. That's not how you get the real big millions. Bill has to learn that. And maybe this particular situation may teach him something, and it may not be the kind of lesson he wants to have, but it may teach him something. We'll see how this plays out Thursday.
Absolutely. And you know what? We'll come back here live and live in color probably sometime on Friday to see if we can get some updates on what happened. You know me, I keep my ear to the ground. And sometimes I say stuff and sometimes I just keep it to myself. But come Friday and this weekend, we're going to see. We're going to report it. We're going to be here live and live in color. Mr. Greg, I thank you, man. I really appreciate you coming out and jumping on the panel, my brother, always. Many Face Publishing, thank you for the 440 Jews. He said, Uncle Alert, thank you, man. Appreciate you all. We almost 3 hours in, Mr. Greg. I'm gonna end it right here. And hey, I'm coming back live again. And you know what? I might come back live again tonight. I just don't know. We shall see. If not tonight, most likely tomorrow morning, we back right here. I appreciate everybody coming out. Mr. Greg, thank you again, my brother.
All
And
right.
you know what? If more information come out about something else, I'll be going live again tonight. We'll see. But you know what? I'm doing way too much talking. Don't take my word for it. Roll.